If young Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you.
Shoot. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy back at it again. Yo, I'm not ready to spit. I don't got the bars like that, but I can hold a 16. I can gibberish my way through a 16 right now, real quick. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Rico Report, brought to you by the Buffalo Fanatics. We about to get real lit. Von Miller, a lot of money. Greg Rousseau on the other side. Yo, we paid a lot of money today. To get Von Miller. And a lot of people might say, yo, you're getting too hyped for a 32-year-old. Well, guess what? We had a 34-year-old on the team last year. We had another 32 or 33-year-old last year, and y'all were ready to bring him back. I wouldn't mind bringing back Jerry, fam. Shut it down. Hey, listen, folks. You know how I do, man. We like to get fun. We like to have fun when we do this. We got 320 people rocking with us. Let's go. What does this mean for the Buffalo Bills going forward? Does the cap even exist? It doesn't feel that way at all, folks. It does not feel that way at all. But ladies and gentlemen, Brandon Beane has done it again. Where a lot of folks were discouraged because some names were dropping like flies and going to other teams. The same people that praised Beane were like, this is terrible. We're not doing anything. What is Beane doing? He's sitting on his hands. Beane was like, chill, folks. I'm working. Let me work. I'm doing work in the background while y'all are Twitter fingering it up. I'm doing work. I'm trying to fill holes. I'm trying to better this team where we were weak last year. You know what I'm saying? We talk about, I'll talk about, because I'm the only one that really comes out here and talks about finishing. Well, we got a finisher. He's got the track record to prove it. He's got the track record to prove it in the playoffs. He had 4 sacks in the playoffs. You get after the quarterback and you lock it down. That's what we need. That is exactly what we need. We were just lacking guys that bring the quarterback down. And here's the beautiful thing about this signing, folks. You got a young, impressionable Greg Rousseau on the other side, just going to be sitting there taking notes. What's Von Miller up to? One of the best pass rushers in a long time that we've had since one of the bigger pass rushes we've had since Mario Williams. That's it, actually. That's exactly it. The biggest, and that's one of the bigger signings, right? We've had some big signings these days, right? Diggs was a big trade, bring him on in, and you know what I'm saying? That was huge. But Von Miller that's a big get. That is a big get for this team. And he sees the potential. He sees the potential in this team. Fam, they got the quarterback. They got the number 1 defense. They got great coaching. They got a great GM. This team is rising. Why not? They need a piece. Yeah, I'm 32, 33 years old, but he used it to his advantage. Now, we're going to talk about the money. We're going to get into that. But let's just stick on this Von Miller chat right now. Let's stick on this Von Miller chat on what he brings to the team, right? There's some pros and there's some cons. Yes, he had a big time injury a couple years back, sidelined him for a while. I can't remember what it was. I think it was a low extremity, something of that nature. Was it an Achilles? I think it was an Achilles. It wasn't Achilles. It's coming back to me. It wasn't Achilles, right? Took some time off. Probably was washed up, not the same, right? The Broncos are like, we can't do this anymore. He goes to the Rams. The Rams bring him on late. And guess what? The Rams were the ones lifting Lombardi saying, what's up? What's up now? Obviously, it was a combination of a lot of things, but I think we can all agree that we have the better quarterback between Matt Stafford and Josh Allen, right? This defense, we know that this defense is great, but we're missing the impact player. Now, is Von Miller going to prove to us that he is the missing link, is the missing piece to this Bills defense that could go so far? We're about to find out. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Rico Report. We have just shy of 500 people viewing today. For those that are new to this channel, do me a favor, smash that like. Not only smash that like, subscribe to the channel. It's only going to get better from here, folks. This team is destined. We've been talking about this for a year and a half now. We are close. We're destined to be there. AFC Championship the year before, right? Just this past season, went to the divisional round, right? Bounced out by you-know-who. It's about to, like, we've got to do something to fix this, right? You think we would. Twice now, we've been eliminated by the one team that took us out of pretty much winning the damn championship. Because I really, truly feel that if we went against Tom Brady and the Bucks, we would have gave them a better fit, a better match. Chances are we could have won that, but maybe not our time. This year, my goodness, this was our time. Clearly not, because we took the L, but we just didn't finish the job. And does Von Miller, coupled by a few great additions to this team, is that what's going to bring us over the edge? Because it's not just Von Miller that we brought onto this team. There's a couple key pieces that we've brought onto this Bills defensive front, and we will talk about it in just a second. But Anthony Washington, thank you for that super chat, comes in and says, talk to me, Rico, make it make sense. Well, folks, it's going to make sense. Now, we're going to get into the deal. This deal, the signing alone was what had me excited. I was like, whoa. If you guys have gone on the BF simulator, right? The GM BF simulator app, you see the top name in free agency is Von Miller. How many of us was like, that's not going to happen? I'm just going to keep scrolling down because that's not realistic. I'm going to go after someone that can. Let's go Chandler Jones. And Chandler Jones decided to go to the Raiders. Good for him. He stays out west. He joins Max Crosby that got a huge $90+ million deal. And they're going to freaking give fits to Justin Herbert. They're going to give fits to Pat Mahomes. And they're going to give fits to Russell Wilson. So the AFC West is a gauntlet over there. Yo, beat each other up all you want. Just to give you guys a little something. By the way, shout out to my guy Jeff King coming in with a super chat. I don't care whatever anybody says. Beane has a huge set on him. Let's go get this Buffalo. Let's go. That's my guy, Jeff King. Jeff King, let me give you some love, man. I haven't talked to my guy, Jeff King, in a minute. Bing, biggity, bing to my guy, Jeff King. What's good? Now, folks, I like to be excited, and I like to stay in my excitement, but I also, you guys know how I do. I keep it real. I try to keep it real as possible, right? I don't want it to just be a saying. I keep it real, but I got to be real with myself and knowing what we have in Von Miller. And sometimes it's all about a situation. Sometimes you add another piece that makes things go. I'm a Laker guy. And right now, my Lakers are defensively poo-poo right now. And you have arguably the best player in the world right now. I mean, obviously, he's aging at 37, same age, and I feel young. You know what I'm saying? But, sports world, the 37 is up there, right? You have AD. AD comes the first freaking year to the Lakers, and he was the piece that made us win the whole thing. But it was COVID. Yes, it was COVID. Even harder, right? You don't know what's happening, who's going to be benched, who's going to be this, who's got to be isolated. There's a whole bunch of things happening. And we won the championship. Sometimes it takes one, maybe two pieces to allow us to get to where we need to get to. Folks, could this be the missing link? Could this be the piece that we've been waiting for? Who knows? Koala Bear Khan says, yo, bro, Ram said F the cap and F the draft picks. Honestly, we got to do the same thing if we want to win the Super Bowl. It's a copycat league, if you guys haven't realized. It's a copycat league, man. The minute it was a thing to go spread offense and college ball type of thing and just air it out all day, the league is acclimating to it, right? They're getting smaller and lighter linebackers, tweener tweener type linebacker type defensive linemen, right? Edge guys that can drop back in coverage. So much has changed, right? Now, apparently, the run game is not important anymore. We don't need to run the rock. Just throw the rock all day. I disagree, vehemently disagree, but that's another topic for another day. If y'all want to debate, you know where to find me. Bring it. So, that being said, this is an integral piece to what the Buffalo Bills can do and what they can bring to the table. By the way, Dayton R comes in with a super chat and says, yo, trade up for Jordan Davis and have the most legendary D-line in history. Let me tell you something about Jordan Davis. I was looking at a mock draft. I was like PFF mock draft. Was it a PFF or PFT? PFF, I'm not sure which was, but it was a mock draft, and this was scary. So picture the Chargers the way the Chargers are right now, right? They got Khalil Mack. They got Bosa. They just brought another defensive line on that squad. I'm not too sure who it was. And then they have the Chargers drafting Jordan Davis, for crying out loud. Wow. That would be insanity. Now, picture that very scenario, having Greg Rousseau, Jordan Davis, Ed Oliver, Von Miller. And then we just brought in Tim Settle and DaQuan Jones. I haven't even got into that yet. But we've filled some of the needs on the defensive side of the ball. Now, this is what I love about Brandon Beane. Let me tell you what I love about Brandon Beane. And I never worry, and I don't think we should ever worry, because this guy he does his job very well. You know how they talk about everyone do their 111th, right? I think it's a corny thing to say, but it works, okay? The 111th. Well, Brandon Beane certainly does his 111th, right? He does his job, and his job is to assess the team, assess and feel the temperature of the team, where it's cold and where it's hot, and where he needs to fix things around. And guess what? He's done that. He's now said, okay, I see the glaring need on this team. Y'all need to trust me. I'll work the books, and we're going to make it work. And here we are. We brought in Von Miller. I don't think anybody saw this move coming. And if you did, kudos to you. But I think everybody kind of scoffed over, right? Because it was all about Broncos might be getting him back. He might go back to the Broncos. And then there goes Randy Gregory to the Broncos. Maybe that kind of stalled a few things, right? And maybe that was the conversation that was being had over there. Or it never was. Or it was, I'm going to go back to the Rams. But we knew this could not happen, right? The Rams are just over the cap. I think they're still over the cap. They're going to have to break their team down a little bit more. But a lot of people talk about, where the hell's the cap? Does the cap even exist? Well, based on what we just did, we're about to pay this man $17 million 1 year, $18 million another. I'm going to try to break it down to y'all so you know exactly what's happening. But golly, Andrew Gucciello, we are feeling saucy indeed. Yes, indeed, we're feeling saucy. For folks, this is a big signing for the Bills, man. Because I don't know if you guys remember, but I remember when it was 2012, 2013, I think, when Mario Williams, it was like the Mario Williams watch, right? And we needed to see where Mario Williams was going to land. And there was Kyle Williams taking Mario Williams out to eat at restaurants. And we're like, yo, and I was sitting here on Pro Football Talk, refresh. I mean, that's back in the day, right? I didn't have Twitter then. It was all about freaking get on the refresh. And the minute Mario Williams decided with the Bills, huge $100 million Doug Whaley. I was like, Doug Whaley, we trust, right? Remember those days? I digress. But nonetheless, here we are. Now, there are some people that love this move, and there are some people that hate this move. For those that hate this move, don't be afraid. Hit me up. Send me the message right now. Super chat it if you want me to read it out loud to everybody and let me know what's going on. But my man, Billy Harvey, a big Titans fan, comes in. If Von Miller wins a Super Bowl with the Buffalo Bills, he would have won a Super Bowl with 3 different teams. And let me tell you something. I was watching Josina Anderson is one of my favorites to watch and follow on Twitter. And he is extremely aware. He is very aware of he's apparently a student of the game, right? He knows what's going on. He knows what's happening around the league. And he knows I've won one with the Broncos. I've won one with the Rams. And if I go to the Bills and these guys are damn close, I could be a player that wins 3 Super Bowls with 3 damn different teams. Man, would that be something? And you know what? I wouldn't be mad at all. Man. Yo, secure them goggles up. My man, tighten up them goggles and get ready, man. Because apparently, maybe he's got the vision. He's got the vision, and he's going to be able to get over and get through the line and get after that quarterback. And fam, let me tell you something, man, that not only does he bring the ability to the team, but he has the veteran presence, and he's a 2-time Super Bowl winner. Hey, fellas, I don't like the vibe that's happening right now. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are doing this, y'all are doing that. Yo, you do this out. Listen, the amount of leadership that's going to come from this man is going to be unreal. It's going to be unreal. So listen, folks, this is huge for the Bills. This is massive for the Bills. I don't know how Brandon Beane does what he does, but Brandon Beane does what he does. I can't express it enough, man. Folks, I'm trying to find my graphic here to play it out. So forgive me while I'm looking for this thing, because this is a huge 6-year deal. If you guys have been living under a rock, this is a 6-year deal for my guy. I mean, look, doesn't this look clean? Doesn't this look clean? You know what I'm saying? This edit was done when he was a free agent back in the day. And we're like, man, could it be possible that we could get this guy or even trade for him? What would it look like if Von Miller in a Bills uniform? Well, folks, here it is. My man in a Bills uniform, fam. Yo, quarterbacks got to be out here sick. They got to be out here sick. When you see a 6-year, $120 million deal, people are sitting here like, yo, that's gross. What are the Bills thinking? Now, let me just stop you real quick. If you guys are new to the Bills or you guys aren't familiar with Brandon Beane is not that dude. And when I say he's not that dude to sit here and waste money. Definitely not. He is one of those guys that will go grocery shopping and he will get exactly the ingredients you asked for or that he needs to make his meal. He won't get an extra bag of this. He won't get an extra this. No. Everything is precise. So that's 6-year, $120 million. Fam, Von Miller's 32, 33 years old. He's about to turn 33 years old. He ain't playing 6 years. Let's cut that crap out. Now, he ain't no quarterback. It ain't happening, right? Now, what I can tell you is he got a huge signing bonus, and he'll probably end up playing 2-3 years. And the details are not quite out just yet, right? But I'm going to give you guys an idea of what this is looking like. It's pretty much going to be a 3-year, $53 million deal. A 3-year, $53 million deal. You're looking at Chandler Jones type number. 17, I believe it's 7. He's got a 32 million. That's a huge signing bonus, by the way. 32 million signing bonus. It's probably going to be spread out over the time. Who knows how it's going to play out? I don't know the cap like that. You know what I'm saying? But I have an understanding, a nice understanding of it. But it's going to be a $32 million. I'll give you the details in just a second. I don't want to give you guys false information. But let me get these super chats in first, and I'll get you to my graphics here. I got my man Rio in the background. We're going to talk Rio, so give me a second, brother. We're going to get to it. Dayton R says, yo, Carolina has a 6th pick. Package deal, whatever necessary for McCaffrey and the 6th pick. Bing it. Listen, man, people don't want to talk about the Bills looking at running back. Well, guess what? Get out of your feelings and stop thinking you know everything, because you don't. Neither do I. But running back, I mean, we're going to get into that running back talk afterwards. I got things to get off my chest. But it's not out of the question, because obviously he was interested. Beane is looking everywhere. And this is the thing about Beane. Beane has made it very clear. He's never wavered on what he said. He says it all the time. We will look all the time. We will look every time. We will inquire about anything. Anything is possible on this team. So don't ever think that we are out on anything. I'm always listening. I'm always watching, and I'm paraphrasing here, but my man does not play games. If he wants something, he will go and get it. And that is the facts, man. Shout out to my man Jason Miller with that super chat. Says, hey, looks like cornerback is likely a pick in the first based on the D-line upgrade so far. Kid out of Auburn. You know me, I'm not too great on the collegiate guys, but cornerback is looking real good. Right now, cornerback is looking real good. I'm kind of sad to see Levi Wallace leave, but I'm happy for him at the same time. But cornerback is looking extra saucy right now. We still got to get a cornerback in free agency, or are we just going to rely on the draft? Well, if we could trade for James Bradberry, I would not be mad at that at all. Now, if we trade for James Bradberry, I don't know if we have even the money to do that, but we can figure things out, because apparently this cap is a myth, for crying out loud. So this gives us an opportunity to shore up cornerback 2 until Trey White is up to par and ready to roll. And then, shoot, we're laughing. Now the draft is a luxury. We can go in anywhere we want to, trade up, do whatever we need to. We got 9 picks. Want to come sing goodnight? Come say goodnight. Mwah. Night, my love. Mwah. All right. Close the door for Dad. Always make time for your kids, man. I don't give a damn what anybody tells you. This is not professional. Nah, I ain't getting paid millions. I ain't Stephen A. Smith. I gotta give my babies a kiss. So that being said, man, at the end of the day, man, this team is destined for good things. And Brandon Beane is that dude. Brandon Beane will make sure that he's got everything he needs to make this team successful. And we've seen it time after again. Am I saying that? Time and time after again. He does it, right? Bobby Glean says, wow, this Bills team, the Bills will be the team to beat. Big Baller Bean. Listen, man. Big Baller Bean's been doing this for a minute. He ain't new it. He's not new to this. This is what he does, man. Jonathan Campagna says, yo, I love your content. Keep it up. Shout out to my wife, Rebecca. Hey, shout out to my girl, Rebecca. Beep, 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 beep. Shout out to you, Rebecca. That's from my man, Jonathan Campagna. What's happening? So, folks, before let's breathe on this for a little bit. All right. Let me actually read my man, Mickey the Time Lord, who says, yo, so listen, big super chat from my man, Mickey the Time Lord. Bing, biggity, bing, my guy. He goes, hey, I'm excited about the deal. What will we do about the cap? And also what so we focus in the draft, and what moves do we do? What moves do we make, Rico? Sorry if if you've been asked. I think that's what you're trying to say. We're going to get into the draft a little bit. We're in free agency mode, but free agency does affect what we do in the draft. Like this move, this edge rusher tells me we're not going to be going edge rusher. We don't need to. We've done it 3 years in a row already. We're done. All right. So we don't need to do all that stuff. We got our edge rusher. So now it allows us to focus on other things. Super chat coming in from my man, Lee Brown. What's up, Len Brown? Says, yo, bing, biggity, bing, Super Bowl. We're going to get that, man. It's coming, man. It's got to come soon. It's definitely got to come soon. My man, Blue Comet coming in. Comes in with a super chat. Says, yo, at this point for me, any more additions is icing on the cake. Sign my favorite Bill McKenzie back. And we got Vaughn. What a day to be alive. It's a good day, man. I'm not gonna lie. Len Brown, Bills Mafia. I appreciate you, man. So without further ado, I'm gonna bring my man Rio. He's been on the show before. Rio, let me know when you're ready. Give me that thumbs up if you're ready to go, my man. So let me get my banner straight. Because we got to bring Rio in, because there are things we got to talk about, Rio. There are things we got to talk about. What up to my guy, Rio, man? What's up?
What's good, Rico? How you doing, man?
First and foremost, the lighting looks perfect. Your chocolate is popping right now. You know what I'm saying? The backdrop is nice. Yo, my man upgraded heavy, and I'm all about it.
You're the one who put me on to a backdrop, man. I want to give you the props where it's due, man. How y'all feeling in Buffalo right now?
Hey, man, we feeling good, man. We got things to talk about, man. So for those that are tuned in for the very first time, this is my man Rio. Do me a favor. I need you to follow my guy Rio. Rambling with Rio. You see that at Rio Robinson _Rio Robinson 91. Listen, you need to hit my man's up. He is entertaining as can be, and the energy's on fleek. So we're gonna keep that energy. Speaking of energy, we're gonna keep that energy up. So, folks, we got something that happened today. We had something that happened today. It got me debating with people that I never debate with in my lifetime. And I'm fighting people on running backs, and we shouldn't take a running backs. I mean, I don't want to cuss, but these motherfuckers out here think they fucking know everything out here.
Draft season, everybody's a GM at this time of year. Let
me tell you something. I've been holding my cuss words out, but these motherfuckers think they fucking know everything in this bitch, man. You don't know shit, but you claim that man, get the fuck out of here. I'm done. I got my F-bombs out there, but here we go. Here's the thing. I got to bring this up, right? Because we signed a big time back in Mr. McKissic, right? But McKissic was like, nah, fam.
He came home.
He said, no, let me U-turn this bitch. Let me U-turn that bitch, because I felt the cold draft from Buffalo. I was like, I'm going back to Washington. Now, here's the deal. McKissic would have been a big piece. And I like McKissic. McKissic is a very talented back, can catch out of the backfield. He's creative in space. He's explosive. He can go inside. He can go outside. There's not a whole lot that this guy can't do at 5'10", $190? Fam, talk to me on McKissic. because you were supposed to talk about what he was going to bring to Buffalo, but your ass decided to grab his ass back. What's the deal? Talk to me now.
First of all, shout out to JD. Look at God, because nobody really chooses us. So to see us be chosen over a Super Bowl contender, it was very perplexing, and it warmed my heart a bit because it feels like nobody wants to come here and nobody really wants to stay here. Brandon Sheriff couldn't wait to get the hell up out of this.
No.
Also, he can get the hell out of here. Whatever. I don't even I hate Sheriff. Like Sheriff's a
Why you hate Sheriff? Sheriff's your dude. He was the sheriff on your line.
He's a bastard, man. He's not as good as people outside of the.
Oh, you mad?
Like he's not Quentin Nelson, bro. Like I think people league wide think he's Quentin Nelson. He's not, bro. Like when he's on the field, he's getting penalties all the time, and he's whiffing. But we ain't gonna talk about Brandon. We here to talk about McKissic.
Yes, and we got more to talk about. We got McKissic. We're going to talk about Tim Settle, Big T Settle. Yeah, talk about McKissic, man.
It's hilarious because the talent, people shit on us as a franchise, as the Commanders, but everybody couldn't wait to throw shots at our free agents this offseason because apparently we're doing something right with them. JD McKissic, the only thing he can't do is in open space. Like he's gonna get caught every time because you know what I'm saying, his top gear isn't too electric. Like you're gonna catch him in the open field, but he's gonna beat your linebackers, he's gonna beat your safeties, he's gonna light your linebacker up if he comes on a blitz because that boy can pass block his ass off. I will say he is just as important to our offense as Antonio Gibson, and you could say he dictated the success of our offense last year.
You need to explain that to me because when you said that to me in the DMs, I was like, what do you mean he dictated? Gibson is your number one back.
He is, but JD is the more versatile guy. Him being on and off the field, when he got hurt, our offense went with him because he brought that balance. We didn't have a big arm quarterback, so we're not a stretch the field type of offense. And all the different things we did with JD, how we lined him up, where we put him out, he always produced. Like this dude had 80 catches with Alex Smith 2 years ago.
Let me tell you something. Listen, let me tell you. I had Gibson. I chose Gibson for my fantasy this year, and there were games I was like, "Yo, where is Gibson? Where he at?" And I look at McKissic. McKissic's getting all these damn touches and catches out of the backfield. I said, "Okay,
there's a reason
McKissic coming to Buffalo." But he went back. This is what I don't get. You had an opportunity to come to a winning franchise, a franchise that is on the rise, and he decided to turn back around to go play with Carson Wentz.
Hey, listen, Rico. Them gas prices high. He wasn't trying to pay movers.
I'm telling you, man. He said, $7 a gallon. I'm turning my back ass right back to freaking Washington.
He said, now that I think about it, it gets cold out in Buffalo.
I'm gonna tell you, man. But listen, man, McKissic is old news. He's back in Washington, and good for him, man. Same offense. I mean, listen, you're familiar with the city, you're familiar with the team, and you know what you bring to this offense, and they depend on him a lot, right? He would have had to come to Buffalo. He would have had to share and split time with Devin Singletary, maybe Zach Moss, and whoever we decided to draft, because I know we're going to draft somebody. So maybe he looked at him and was like, nah. But rumor was that they just never offered him anything. And until Buffalo made him an offer and the Washington Commanders made a good move, and what they was like, okay, so that's how much he's worth. All right, well, we can do that, right? Or, man, offer that shit. And they brought him back. Smart move by the Commanders. And it's weird for me to say the Commanders. If it's weird for me, it's hella weird for you.
I mean, at this point, I've adjusted to it because I've been expecting it for months. Like we pretty much knew it was coming. So, like, I'm already warmed up to it, man. As long as we could call these bastards winners one day, I don't give a shit what the name is, man.
I got you. Well, listen, I got my man saying, Andy comes in and says, "Yo, my boy who works for the Bills said the Bills aren't done. He said Melvin Gordon is visiting on the down low." Well, I know that these Bills don't let out a lot of information, so that'll be interesting if that happens. But now let's get to what really matters to me, right? Tim Settle.
Big Settle.
Tim Settle, man. Let me tell you, man, I didn't realize how deep your defensive line was. Matt Ioannidis, Tim Settle. You got freaking Montez. You've got freaking Payne. Allen. Who's my freak 99? Freaking
the Predator. Chase Young, baby.
Chase Young, fam. That is a deep depth line. But here's the thing. Y'all let Settle walk. Then you drop Ioannidis, and now kind of I wouldn't say you're reeling a little bit, but now like shit, you don't have the depth you had.
Yeah, we don't have the depth anymore because for some reason I guess because the cap's rising, we think that we can pay all these dudes up front. Allen got his bag last year and went on to have pretty much, he should have been an all-pro. Payne, they want to pay Payne too. Somehow they think they're going to pay Payne, Allen, Sweat, and Young. So Ioannidis ended up being a cap casualty, and we had to let my guy Settle go. It sucks. I love Tim Settle. He's going to be one of the funniest, most liked guys in your locker room. He gets to go back with his boy from college out of Virginia Tech,
Tremaine Edmonds.
Yes, sir. He gets to go back with his boy. He's going to eat up gaps and be back there, and he's going to kill the run game, but he's also capable of pass rushing. It's just there's not but so much you can do as D tackle 4 on this D line, because this D line is deep as hell, and he's going to double his snaps, meaning his production should take a huge spike this year at Buffalo. I like what he's good. That's a great signing for y'all.
And here's I'm not saying this is breaking news for Bills fans, because the news is already out there. Jordan Phillips is on his way back to Buffalo, but you guys are probably wondering, when is he coming back to Buffalo? Well, he signs with the team tomorrow. Now, you guys can say, well, I'm going to hold your feet to the fire. You know how these things play out, but I'm going to tell you, the man himself told us, yo, I'm signing with the team tomorrow. So I don't want to hear no ifs, ands, or buts. If he doesn't do it tomorrow, well, that's on him and the organization. But from what's happening is Jordan Phillips is on his way back to Buffalo, and he's signing with the squad tomorrow. And those are his own words coming to us via, our personal messages and so on and so forth. So take that to the bank, wherever you guys want to take it. Is it a little too late to have Jordan Phillips on his team? No, I think he's definitely still damn well can play in this game. He knows this team. He knows who he's going to be playing for, playing against, and playing with. And now you have Jordan Phillips back with Tim Settle, back with when I say back in Buffalo, and now he's got Ed Oliver. That's a more seasoned Ed Oliver. And then you got freaking Greg Rousseau that's going to be doing his thing on the other side of the field. You got Von Miller. Boy, oh boy, it's going to be fun. Now, what does Tim Settle lack? What is the weakness in Tim Settle where people are like, Tim Settle, man, messed up, man, I was on him? What happened? What's his deal?
Twitch. He doesn't have the craziest twitch. He's not a twitched up guy. He has a high motor, but he's not very twitchy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, he's fully capable. He had a 5-sack season with us in 2020, and that's not what getting full-time reps. I think he could be a really good D lineman up front. He has the personality to be a star. Trust me, dude is when you guys go to camp, you guys are going to enjoy meeting and being around Tim Settle. He has that gravitating energy. I love the dude, man. I'm gonna miss him. I love Tim Settle.
Well, listen, I'm gonna try to hit up Tim Settle, because we're normally known for reaching out to the players and getting interviews with the players. So Tim Settle is I might have to have you put in a word for me with my man Tim Settle, and I'm gonna hit him up and say, yo, fam, Rio sent me your way. You know what I'm saying? Come on the show, come on the Rico Report, and we're going to get to know you. But I'm looking forward to Tim Settle out here. Big thing. Dude, he's a big boy, man.
My guy said he's not good against the run. He's better against the pass. I've watched a lot of Tim Settle here. He can rush the passer, but I would personally say he's better against the run. He can clog gaps. You know what I'm saying? He'll be he could definitely play that 3 technique for you. He could even play nose if you need him. He's huge. He's gigantic.
He's a house. Here's the deal. We don't need 3 tech. We don't need edge rusher. Our issue was in the middle, right? Holding up the line to let guess who, you know what I'm saying, Tremaine Edmonds now figure what he's doing, right? We always had guys playing in and out of rotations and not in the right positions. Now that we have some big boys going, what do you got, 6'7" or 6'6", 340 or 325?
When we drafted him, he was even bigger. He lost 25 pounds when we drafted him, because he was even bigger than that. He carries the weight well and he moves well, though. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, he's not twitchy, but he's a house up front. He's hard to move, man. He's gonna definitely.
At the end of the day, when you have a guy like that, it allows guys like Ed Oliver, you know what I'm saying, Aaron Donald light, you know what I mean, to do what he's got to do and get after the quarterback, because that's why we drafted my man Ed Oliver, for this reason, to get after the quarterback, to have an interior pass rush to get to the quarterback. So it's going to be nice when you have Von Miller on the side. Now, explain something to me. How you feel about this? How are you feeling about this Von Miller signing with the Bills? Now you're an outsider. You have nothing to do, right? But when you see, Von Miller to the Bills,
when I see it, I see I love to see teams attack success. One of my biggest pet peeves is fans that constantly watch salary cap numbers and constantly cry about draft capital. Like, I'm all for that. I subscribe to that less need logic of F them picks and
F them picks.
You know what I'm saying? Like, go for it, because we've never been good in my life. I wanted us to go for it forever. And to see you guys who should have been in the AFC Championship not like rest on your success and to go straight back into attacking success.
Yes.
Beane, McDermott, good for you guys. And I also think a lot of that money is going to be funny money. You know, NFL be writing them funny money checks.
Listen, speaking of funny money, let me break down to you what this funny money looks like. So check this out. So what it could look like, according to Spot Rack, it says on his previous 6-year contract, Von Miller got $70 million guaranteed, $42 million at signing. His 6-year contract with the Bills contains $52 million guaranteed and $32 million guaranteed for freaking signing. $32 million as a freaking signing bonus. So it appears it's a 3-year deal, $53 million. So what it's really telling me is that you're looking at a 17. So first year is going to be 17 mil. Second year is going to be 18 mil. And then we'll see how this goes out, man. So, I mean, first year's 32, 17, and then 18.
Yeah, because there's no way his old ass is seeing the longevity of that contract.
He's seeing 53 mil. That's what he's seeing. That is it. That's what he's going to see. He ain't going to see 160, 120. That's that funny money you talk about. It just looks good at the beginning. Now, if he's found the fountain of youth in Buffalo and he happens to give you 12 sacks, 14 sacks, and he keeps going and doesn't stop, and we get a Lombardi underneath it, fam, then shoot. He might earn that 120, but I know Brandon Beane, and Brandon Beane knows when to cut the cord when it's now starting to get too rich for his blood. So this defensive front might be super nasty. It might be super nasty when you have a guy like Von Miller, Ed Oliver. Now you got a rotation of Tim Settle, DaQuan Jones that just got signed from the Titans. You feel me? And then you got Greg Rousseau. Then you got Boogie Basham. I didn't even say Boogie Basham. And then you got AJ Epinesa, for crying out loud. You want to talk about depth?
Y'all got dog.
Depth. Now, Rio, here's my problem. And I want to know how you feel about it, because you kind of went through it, right? Your defensive coordinator is who? Who's your defensive coordinator over there?
Jack Del Rio.
Oh, Del Rio. That wide 9 Del Rio. Okay. So Del Rio, how often was he rotating his line? I don't know how often he did it. Was he taking Chase Young out? Was he taking Montez?
Oh my God. Tell me, like, bro, like, why is the best player of the defense not on the field on third down?
Oh, shit.
Why is our first round draft pick linebacker never on third down? Was he on the field? Jamin Davis. Like, Jack Del Rio be on some crazy rotations. And also, like, for the first half of the season, for some reason, he was just sitting us back in these soft zones, and people just eating across the middle on us on slants and like, bro, what are we doing right now?
Shoot. Well, I was hoping that you were gonna say, no, man, he keeps his guys on the line. Yo, McDermott is the king of rotating his guys in and out. Like, we just signed. This is what I'm not going to understand. You just signed Von Miller to a $53 million contract, $32 million the first year. You're gonna rotate him and play him 60%? You can't do that. He's too much money for you to have him rotating. But this is what he does. He rotates. That's why he's got Jordan Phillips coming back. You got DaQuan Jones, and then now you got Tim Settle. You got Ed Oliver. Fam, come on, man. Like, you can't be rotating. Interior line, maybe, but your edge rushers, you got to keep them on the freaking line. You can't keep rotating. But maybe you guys had a pretty good defense. But
on paper, we just don't produce when the games start. Like, if that defense played as advertised last year, we would have made the playoffs in spite of the quarterback play. Damn. Because they weren't living up to the billing. Like, Chase Young loved to do. Through 10 weeks, he had a sack and a half, bro. And a 4-3 defensive end having a sack and a half through 10 weeks. That's not it, bro.
That's not it. That's not it at all. But listen, man, I know you have a show to go run to. So listen, I appreciate you coming on and shedding some light. I need you to give me some last words on Tim Settle and what Bills fans are going to expect from him. Your last words on what you're going to miss from him and what he's going to bring to the Bills before you get out of here.
He's gonna bring an energy. He's gonna bring an energy all the time. Like, this dude, you're never gonna catch him with a lack of things to say. You're always gonna see him bring 100% effort. And y'all take care of my guy, man. He's a good dude on and off the field. He'll probably be one of the beacons of y'all community out there. He loves to chop it up with kids at camp. He's just an overall good dude, and I'm glad JD came back home.
Oh my God, yo! I'm telling you right now, man. JD McKissic would have made this offense different, man. Because this guy's I saw a breakdown. He was like he had like 179 plays in route where he was lined up as a receiver. He had about like I think another 100 plus behind the backfield. Dude can do it all, man. He could return if he needed to. Just a whole bunch of things that this guy can do. So I hope you guys actually treat him well and actually give him the ball more. But you got Gibson, so you got a two-headed back monster over there. So
Gibson gotta show me something, man, because I like Gibson, but he left a lot to be desired last year, especially with putting the ball on the ground, man, because he should have had like 1,400 yards last year. He leaves yards on the field and turns the ball over, man. But I like the two-headed running back duo we got. We don't have to go shopping for a running back now.
Well, I hear you, man. I mean, listen, I'm used to this whole two-back running back style because we got Devin Singletary and Zach Moss, and Zach Moss is falling out of favor with a lot of people, myself included. So, but we got a new offensive coordinator coming. New offensive coordinator, yes, and a new O-line coach coming. So we'll see how that plays out. But yo, best of luck to I was about to say the Redskins, man. I gotta get my shit together.
Commanders.
Yeah. Best of luck to the Commanders. Best of luck to my guy Rio. Do me a favor, folks. Do me a big favor. Rio is one of my faves, man. I catch his content here and there when I get to, but Rambling with Rio, hit my man's up. He's charismatic. He's got energy. He knows his stuff about his damn team, and he's got it right now. So Rambling with Rio at Rio_Robinson91. Hit my man's up and give him a follow. You guys will not be sorry.
Appreciate you, Rico.
I appreciate you, my dog. We're gonna definitely catch up soon, my G.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Deuces.
That's my guy, Rio Robinson. Folks, are we having a good time, man? Because if we are, do me a favor, smash that like. Smash that like right this second. And if in Beane we trust, if you are into that and that does something for you and it talks to you, it talks to your soul, do me a favor. Hit the bffanshop.com. It's that simple. Get yourself your sweater, your t-shirt, whatever you want, your socks, your leggings for your lady. Get yourself your In Beane We Trust. Listen, man, it's BF all day. bffanshop.com. Now, folks, before we get into anything else, if you guys have not, this is the opportunity for you right now to start GMing. If you think you know what this team needs, you think you know what you as a GM would do me a favor. We have over 4,000 downloads of our brand new app, the BF Network. It's on Android. It's on Apple. You go ahead and get it. And you decide who you want to bring on, who you want to cut, and who you want to draft. And it's that simple. You might not be knowing what I'm talking about. Folks, let me show you.
Overdrive.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Go ahead and grab your app now. If you think you know what it takes to become a great GM and do what it does, this is what it is. Now, folks, there's more things for us to talk about. A lot more things for us to talk about. And let me tell you what is happening right now. Signings here, signings there, signings everywhere. Well, let's start off with this, right? So we had no choice. We had to release AJ Klein to create some room on the cap. You know who else we had to let go? That's right, Harrison Phillips. Harrison Phillips is headed over to the Minnesota Vikings on a $19 million deal. Good deal for him. To me, I'm saddened to see him go because he loved Buffalo. He loved being in Buffalo. He's always been great to us. He's shouted us out constantly, and we've always shown him love. And Excuse me. And it's tough because I know he wanted to be back in Buffalo, but I guess we didn't have him in our plans, right? But I'm glad that he's not sitting here waiting and wondering where he's going to go and be a contributor. He's going right to Minnesota. Minnesota's got a pretty damn good defense, so he's going to add to that. So salute and shout out to Harrison Phillips. Thank you for your time in Buffalo. You really did your thing, man, and you fought through a lot, man. You fought through a lot. You bulked up and you wanted to help this team, and you did that, man. So salute to our guy Harrison Phillips that took that money and went to Minnesota, man. So good on him, man. Real talk. Who else is leaving? Levi Wallace. Levi Wallace is now headed over to Pittsburgh. It's funny because my man Z-Bot and Clay Troya, they were part of an event that the Buffalo Fanatics were invited to with the West Her. And we had Harrison Phillips, Josh Allen was there, and Levi Wallace is there. And Levi Wallace, I don't know if he slipped up, but he was like, yeah, man, I think they asked him a question, and he says, yeah, Pittsburgh's my favorite team. And well, guess what? My man is going to Pittsburgh. He's headed to Pittsburgh on a 2-year deal. Good for Levi Wallace, man. I mean, I actually like Levi Wallace. I think he did very well. We could have had, there was a lot of times that we had guys that came in and tried to take his position, and he held strong. He held his own and did what he needed to do. So good on him. And then we went ahead and signed Tim Settle. Big boy Tim Settle, and I'm actually glad to have my guy Rio on here to kind of to give us the love and information that we needed to know about Tim Settle. He's not a big twitchy guy, but he's an anchor. He will hold down the line and he will pass rush. And I saw some footage of him, man, and his hands, he's got violent hands, man. He's moving your face, he's moving your chest, and he's got, when he stiffens out his arm out and he's got you, he's guiding you, he is dangerous. He is dangerous. Now, he's not quick off the line. But boy, when he gets up and he's engaged and he's anchored down, problematic. So Tim Settle is going to be a very big piece. And I'm going to tell you right now, man, Pierre lives in the Washington area, the Virginia area, and he hears about how great Tim Settle is. And you heard Rio Robinson himself. He said it himself that Tim Settle is not a joke. You know what I'm saying? He's going to settle on this defense. Pun intended. He's going to settle on this defense, and he's going to do what he's supposed to do. He's going to do his job, right? And he's on a 2-year deal. I know he's going to work, like $9 million. So we'll take that. We will take that, and we'll take every bit of it, right? We've also brought in DaQuan Jones. Now, here's another big fella on this team that's going to be rotating in and out and anchoring that defensive front. Stop the run. Stopping the run is key. But what is going to happen too is it's going to allow our linebackers to roam free and knife in and really attack the offenses that we'll be playing. So if you thought we were potent last year, wait till we have guys that can come in and do the damn job with guys like Tim Settle and DaQuan Jones coming through from the Titans. And you saw the Titans, man. The Titans were a very good defense. That team, I don't know how they're able to do it, but they were able to freaking settle down. They were able to find ways to garner wins with all these guys injured. And DaQuan Jones being on this team, he knows well and full the rivalry we've had the last couple of years, right? He's seen it. You know what I'm saying? The last few years, if you will. So the Bills and the Titans, believe it or not, they've got a little mini rivalry going on right now. And DaQuan Jones has been there for a couple of years straight, seeing how this has played out. And we went right down to the wire when it comes to what we've done. And you saw how they stifled us. We could not run the football on the Titans either year. They stifled us. They stopped us. There was nothing we can do. And now we bring in, we poach DaQuan Jones to come help this defense and settle us down in the run. So that's what I'm looking forward to when this new defense rolls out onto the field. So shout out to Brandon Beane coming in and doing what he's got to do. And here's a beautiful one here. Folks, now we've got an O-line. Now, for those that have been running with our BF app, every single time I would cut Darrell Williams because $6 million, and we felt, I mean, we brought him, don't forget, we brought him to be an offensive tackle, right? We brought him to be an offensive tackle. So we were paying him offensive tackle money. So now to bring him in to play guard, you know what I'm saying? When we're not going to do that. And if we're going to give somebody a position to play guard, we're going to give it a natural guard, a guy that's an all-pro, a guy that went to freaking a Pro Bowl last year in freaking Roger Saffold. Roger Saffold has been around the league a while. I know he's long in the tooth, if you will. But at the end of the day, what it comes down to is a shift. There's a shift happening, right? And this Bills team wants to run the football. And if you guys think that we don't want to run the football, you got another thing coming to you. When you go ahead and drop Darrell Williams and you bring in Roger Saffold, that is a massive man, and you want and now you went out and tried to get J.D. McKissic, and then you had strong interest, in Christian McCaffrey. Oh, you best believe this team is interested in bringing a damn running back. So I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, Beane is not stupid enough and he's not foolish enough to go and get a running back. Boy, stop. You don't know nothing. You know nothing. I don't know a whole lot, but we can speculate. And right now, it's strong speculation is he needs a damn running back. And McKissic, if that didn't tell you something, he's looking. He wants another back. He's not content with what we have in our backfield right now. He's not content with Breida. Out you go, Breida. He's not content with Zach Moss. And the only person that can stay on this team right now, but unfortunately he's in his fourth year, going into his fourth year, and that is Devin Singletary. So there's definitely going to be a look at running back. And right now, we're going to find out what's really good. We're going to find out what's really good with this whole squad. The ref, shout out to my guy. The ref says, yo, Rico, it's over. We're running the league from this point forward. This is a roster that will win multiple Super Bowls, man. Let's speak that shit into existence. Speak that into existence because I would love every bit of it. I would love every little bit of it. Now, here's the thing, right? It doesn't stop now. It doesn't stop there, right? So we've got some signings done with Roger Saffold coming in to shore up this line. So now look how this line looks, right? And what Roger Saffold is known for is his ability to run the football. His ability to run block. So we now have added some nastiness to the right side of the line, right? And we've talked about this multiple times. The one nasty dude that we have on this team is our right tackle in Spencer Brown. Now, Spencer Brown is now next to another nasty mother. You feel me? And then you got the reconstructed new deal, not reconstructed, an extended freaking Mitch Morse. That right side of the line was always a question mark. But now you've got a sureness in that right side of the line. And then when you go left, you got Ryan Bates that was given a tender, right? So they just actually tendered Mr. Ryan, I think, $2.4 million. So I hope that he come back and we start talking extension later on. But he's going to be competing. He's going to be competing for the left guard spot. And then you got Deion Dawkins that had a freaking Pro Bowl year. So, folks, this line is intact. This line has some youth and will also have some veteran ability. Look at it. We've got a 25-year-old, maybe 25-year-old Deion Dawkins. You got a 24-year-old Ryan Bates. You got Mitch Morse, who was 30, maybe 31. You got Roger Saffold, another veteran guy at 34. And then you got a young baby boy in Spencer Brown. So we've got an infusion of youth and we've got some veteran ability. And that's the beautiful thing about this line is that you got some old and some young. And Roger Saffold apparently can still play. His pass protection has been a little suspect. But with Aaron Kromer coming in and giving them the business and him being very familiar with Aaron Kromer, this is what's going to maybe put us over the edge in terms of being a more balanced offense and running the football. Now, we're not done, folks. What's up, my man Silas Whittle? Silas says, yo, Rico, there are a few guys at the RB in the draft available on day 3 of the draft. Home run like guys like Ty Chandler and Devontae Price. Save the cap space. Oh, no, we're going to save the cap space for sure. Ty Chandler, I like. I'm going to tell you something. I need you guys to look this guy up, right? Borgie is his name. Borgie, but I don't know his first name. But Max Borgie, potentially. The Bills met with Max Borgie and Rachaad White. I want you to YouTube Max Borgie. I was thoroughly impressed with Max Borgie. That boy, I haven't seen a white running back run like him since Christian McCaffrey. So if you guys like Christian McCaffrey and you see what the Bills tried to do with trying to show interest in Christian McCaffrey, look at, I think his name is Max Borgie. Look up at Max Borgie and see this man run the football. You'll be thoroughly impressed. You got me saying impressed. You'll be thoroughly impressed with my man Borgie, man. This boy, he's quick. He's hella quick. He's hella fast, and he's not afraid of contact. Boy, oh boy. You guys will have fun watching my man Borgie. Is it Max? Yes, I always draft Max Borgie in Madden. Well, listen, man, Max Borgie is not a joke, man. I'm telling you right now, if y'all don't know who Max Borgie is, get your shit together and go look my man Max Borgie up. He does what he does. Now, are we done? Of course, Beane isn't done. Beane not only goes and brings in Von Miller, then he says, I ain't done, kid. O.J. Howard coming to the Bills. Now, when O.J. Howard was coming out of Alabama, I said, fam, if we can find a way to bring in O.J. Howard to this team that can stretch the defense, the man ran like a 4.4, 4.40, maybe even faster. I'm not even sure, but he could run. You know what I'm saying? He was a little light, but he can run. But now you have a freaking Dawson Knox and an O.J. Howard on this offense, and O.J. Howard was a guy I was looking at years ago. And I'm like, okay, this is something else, right? He went to the Bucks. I think he had some time, and unless I'm getting wrong, did he have time with Minnesota as well? I can't recall exactly, but O.J. Howard to the Bills changes how this team is going to look. How this team is going to look, because I'm going to tell you right now, man, dude is capable blocker. So you're going to have 2 tight ends that can actually block. You got 2 tight ends that can actually get downfield. You got 2 tight ends that present mismatches. You are going to see more 12 personnel, right? More 12 personnel in this offense. It doesn't mean that the abilities of Josh Allen is going to be diminished. No. What it means is we're going to be a little bit more balanced than the old way of how our Brian Dable is running things. And when you're going to 12 personnel, now you have to have the ability to run the football. In comes Roger Saffold. So there's a reason that all this is going down. We're going to be more of a balanced team where you just don't know what's going to happen, right? So the point is not to sit here and just rack up the statistics, right? The statistics are nice, but the point is to get the W's. The point is to keep teams guessing as to what you're going to do. And you'll always be behind the 8 ball when you are going up against a guy like Josh Allen, because he will whip the ball all over the place. But guess what? When you go to 12 personnel, what are we doing? Are we running? Are we throwing? These guys are going to whip, and there's going to be motion. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of motion happening right now when you start off at 12 personnel, and then you got O.J. Howard splits out left. Come on, fam. This is going to be a different offense. I'm looking forward to it. Because a lot of me had some worries. We definitely had some worries with Brian Dable leaving and how confident he is in putting a game plan together. And you notice how they love Dable, right? The whole team loved Dable. So now Dorsey's got some big shoes to fill. And now that he's kind of going with a 2 tight end set, I'm not saying that's what they're primarily going to be doing, but you've got some 2 tight end set. That's going to be extremely interesting to see how this plays out. That's why I believe running back is not out of the question. If you think running back is out of the question and we ain't going to touch running back in this draft, you must be insane. And we are not going to wait until the 5th round. And I see, I'm talking too definitively. I don't see us waiting until the 5th round to draft a running back, right? We didn't do it one year when we drafted Zach Moss in the 3rd. We didn't do it the year prior to that where we drafted my man Devin Singletary in the 3rd, right? Like, people keep mentioning, oh, we'll get him in the later rounds. Like, they're just hanging around, having a good old time waiting to get drafted up. Like, fam, you want your back, you go get your back. And this would be the time to do it. When you do it, who knows? Who knows when you do it? Is it going to be at the 25th pick? It's still open, but right now that cornerback spot is glaring need to me, because if you look at who we have right now, you got Trey White that's going to be nursing an injury, still nursing an injury. He's trying to come back and be legit. Dane Jackson's going into what, 3rd year? 2nd year, 3rd year. He's going to his 3rd year. So we're going to see how that's going to play out. You feel me? So now there's going to be a little more confidence in there, but he's going to compete. And we're going to draft a cornerback. Cam Lewis is nice, but Cam Lewis, he's not going to be that starter, right? We're going to be looking for guys that come in. So look for potential trade. James Bradbury coming in. So that 1st round draft pick, chances are it's going to be on that defensive side of the ball, corner most likely. Now, 2nd round, 3rd round, your guess is as good as mine, man, but don't sleep on the Bills going for a running back in that regard. Folks, this is huge. By the way, Jordan Phillips is back. Peep the Instagram. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are not knowing, Jordan Phillips is back. He actually hit us up and let us know that he is signing with the team tomorrow. So look for the Jordan Phillips news tomorrow. This is coming from his own mouth. So if it doesn't happen, blame him and the Bills on whatever negotiations that can't come through. But look for Mr. Phillips to be joining to the team tomorrow, and if not tonight, or you'll see it tomorrow in the morning. So that'll be huge. But let's talk about something, man. Let's talk about the potential that OJ Howard comes to the team and what he presents to the defense. Now you don't folks, you got Stephon Diggs on one side. You got Gabe Davis that's coming into his own, right? Onto to receiver number 2. You got Dawson Knox. Now you've incorporated OJ Howard. We still have to fill some needs on the team. You got Isaiah McKenzie that just got re-signed. Shout out to my guy, Lil Dirty, that got re-signed to the squad. He's going to be doing big things with his team. I'm sure of it that we're going to bring another receiver in. We've got to, because the one guy I haven't named yet is Cole Beasley. Now, could Cole Beasley end up coming back? Will they offer him an opportunity to come back at a lower, you know what I mean? They listen, we're going to cut you, but we're going to bring you back as X, or you're going to take a pay cut if you want to be with us. I don't know what's going to happen with Cole Beasley, but I'm going to tell you this. This draft is pretty deep at receiver. So Cole either comes back in a way that they can kind of let him go and then, hey, he comes back and we go from there, or bye-bye to our guy, Cole Beasley. And chances are, and it is likely, that he is going to be traded. And if no suitors are there, he'll be cut, right? So is there a market? Is there a market for him? I mean, I like my guy Barrios from the Jets, but the Jets, you know what I mean, didn't let that shit go down. So we'll see how that plays out. Somebody mentioned Shaq Lawson. I have no idea what's going on with Shaq Lawson. I have no idea. It was talk about Shaq Lawson coming and joining the team during the playoffs. Then they said we want to wait till the playoffs is done. So now the playoffs is done. We're in free agency and people are getting signed left, right, center. And we just brought in Von Miller. So is there a reason to bring Shaq Lawson to this team unless you bring him back to compete? But he's older. He's older than Boogie Basham. He's older than Epinesa. Like in fam, I mean, I can't see this happening. And if it does, he's just there as to compete to see if you can actually beat out any of these guys on the squad. But I just can't. This Von Miller signing changes everything. Now, is Shaq Lawson, is Shaq Lawson, you know what I mean, making it back into the team with Jordan Phillips? We'll see. We shall see. Maybe they got these guys all coming back because they got to be 90-man roster. So they're all going to be there. But like, how much are we paying these guys? These guys are going to just come on for vet minimum. Maybe they do. Who knows? We're going to find out. But this Shaq Lawson thing, if it happens, great. But he's going to be competing. It ain't no luck that you're going to stay on this team, fam. That's for damn sure. Dayton R comes in with a super chat and says, yo, Shaq Lawson commented 2 eye emojis on Jordan Phillips Insta post. Born in 96, this is the very first offseason I've ever seen this type to want to play in Buffalo. Listen, man. Born in 96, you a young buck. Listen, it was never the case for guys who wanted to come to Buffalo, man. I remember the first time I saw a big time free agent want to come to Buffalo, and I think that was what, Kavika Mitchell? No, not Kavika Mitchell. That was who was that? He was a linebacker for the Raiders. Barnett was the Raiders. Anyways, Barnett came through, and I was like, oh shit, we got Barnett. That was big time signing for when I was watching the Bills back in the day. I was like, damn. And then we got Mario Williams, and that was the biggest. That was the biggest. But when nobody wanted to come to us, it was tough, man. I mean, shoot, London Fletcher coming through. We loved having London Fletcher coming through. Let me see my little man. By the way, you guys have no idea, but I mean, some of you guys do. But this is Little Rico right here, boy. Look, Little Rico right here is gonna be taking over the mic soon. One sock Johnny. This little guy right here. You wait for it, man. He's gonna be on that mic talking about it's your boy Zakiah back at it again. That's my little man Zakiah. He actually lost his I know, and I'm probably too loud for him right now. Yeah, time for that. So yes, folks, this is a big day for the Bills. This is a big day for the team. It's gonna be huge. I mean, a lot of us can talk about like what free agents did it for you, because everybody became fans at different times. There's a lot of young people. Like, I mean, this guy was born in 96, right? You know what I mean? There are some fans that have been born that have been watching the team since the 70s, since the 60s, right? So they know who these free agents that were coming, right? Some guys can look back and say, was it Bryce Pop? That was a big free agent signing back in the day. So you guys already know what it is, man. So this is big. Von Miller to the Bills, 6-year deal. He ain't really going to be playing 6 years, but really it's a 3-year deal, $53 million guaranteed, $32 million signing bonus. That's massive, man. That's massive. What I did learn about signing bonus, by the way, these signing bonuses are usually, sometimes they'll give it to you right off the bat, or they'll spread it out. They'll spread it out for you over the year. So that big signing bonus, he ain't just gonna get a $32 million check just like that. Sometimes they break it down and spread it out. So I don't know how it plays out, but this is huge, right? And this is able to happen without major guys redoing their deals, right? So we still got extension talk with Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs, we want him for the long term, right? We might have to give my man an extension. We got Micah Hyde that just restructured his deal. They just gave him a big signing bonus and moved some things around. So we saved $4 million there. You still got Deion Dawkins that we can talk to and say, hey, man, let's talk about, you know what I'm saying, redoing your deal, right? Josh Allen just signed a huge deal. You don't think we can rework his deal over the 8 years? We can give a big signing bonus this year so we have enough cap room this year to do some things. The only problem with that is when you get the cap room, I mean, this year right now, you kind of block yourself later on because their cap hit becomes bigger years down the line. So you've got to be careful with these, restructured deals and these signings and these big money up front, because you're hurting yourself later on. So right now, what this tells me is that this team is all in right now. It's nothing that we didn't know. We knew this whole time, but they're all in, and they're all in right this second. They saw what these damn Rams were doing. The Rams didn't they said, F these picks, man. Give me that guy, give me that guy, give me that guy, because this is what we need to make this damn thing happen. And look at the Rams. The Rams won the damn Super Bowl, and they're doing it. Now, are they going to try to stay competitive next year? Of course they will, right? But the point is to win one. We need to win one. And when you don't win these Super Bowls, pressure is put on you, right? Coaching changes. Certain franchise players are out, and they want to look out because this is not working for them. So we have the nucleus, we have the roster, we have the team, we have the coaches, we have the fan base. You know what I'm saying? We have the city for this thing. I don't care what anybody says. This is that move, man. And people want to talk about this might not be a destination that people want to come to. Well, J.D. McKissic, I think you did a big mistake. Man. I know that there was a lot of comfort for you, with the Washington Commanders. But I don't know. It's not too late for you, fam. It's not too late for you to say, wait a second now. Von Miller's going over there. Let me rethink this thing. But Brandon Beane, if I'm Brandon Beane's like, oh, you ducked me once, you ain't gonna duck me twice. You know what I'm saying? Good day to you. But all in all, man, I think this is good for Buffalo. Brandon Beane has now, I wouldn't say restored anything. He didn't restore anything, but he's got people kind of back in on, okay, now we got it, because a lot of people were getting worried. What is Brandon Beane doing? Why is he sitting on his hands? Why isn't he making any moves? Well, this is a heck of a move that he just made. Now, here's my question to y'all. What next? What is next? What direction do we need to go? Because now we filled the need at tight end 2, right? Sweeney wasn't it. I was looking forward to Sweeney to see what he got, because in training camp the year when he was healthy, he was doing his thing, man. He was really doing his thing, and it would look good. But then he had the cardiomyolysis or something like that, and he had the heart condition, and that set him back, and came back and he had some major drops. It's not that guy. You're not that guy, pal, right? So now you're like, okay, what are we doing at tight end 2? We just don't have that tight end 2, and here in comes OJ Howard, right? And this is one of the jokes that are going out there is that we got a Bronco and an OJ on the same team, right? Ha 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 ha. Super funny. Anyway, what he's talking about is Von Miller played for the Broncos. You get the rest, right? So OJ Howard is coming. I wonder what OJ's name is actually. What is OJ Howard's actually full name? Does anybody know? Can somebody look it up for me? It better not be something like Orenthal. Is it that way? But anyway, if it is, I'm very curious. It's probably something like Owen James or something like that. Anyways, who knows what it is? I'm throwing it out there. But altogether, where do we need to focus on? Where do we need to put you guys saw that cornerback is the biggest need. Definitely cornerback is definitely the biggest need. I'm looking at that heavily right now. We'll see how that plays out. Julio Jones is available. I mean, should we try that again and bring Julio Jones in? So, I mean, let go of our guy Cole Beasley and bring in Julio Jones. But a lot of people say, well, Julio Jones is just not that guy anymore. I mean, listen, I'm with you. His name is Otarius Jabari. All right, cool. I thought. I mean, at least it's not Orenthal James. You feel me? So it's Otarius Jabari. All right. So shout out to Otarius Jabari. You know what I'm saying? Howard coming through to the Bills. I love it. Good shit. So listen. This is why I love. I appreciate the chat. The chat is always holding your boy down. So here's the deal, man. I'm trying to figure out where next to go, because right now, in all honesty, and this is no troll. This is not me trying to get the clicks, because I don't do click shit. I don't do that. I just talk real shit and I keep it moving, right? But I'm looking at this team. We're set at receiver, barring one more, and we're gonna fill the need. I know we are. I'm not worried about the receiver position. Jake Kumerow coming back, special teamer. He'll probably get some playing time here and there. We're gonna give a bigger opportunity for Isaiah McKenzie to do his thing. You know what I'm saying? We already have Marquez Stevenson on the squad right now, so we'll see how that plays out. There's room for another receiver, whether it's going to be through free agency or it's going to be through draft. And I have a feeling it's going to be more so through draft. So we'll fill the need somewhere along the lines, right? So for me, cornerback is the number one need on this team right now, right? Cornerback is the number one need. After corner, what are your thoughts? What is the next big need on this team? Seriously speaking, I need for y'all to help me out and figure out what the next big need on this team. For me, it's corner. That's the next need. So whether we go and draft this corner or we trade for it, James Bradbury is my number one guy right now. You've heard me say this. I've been saying this for over a month now. It's been a month, give or take. So getting a James Bradbury familiar with McDermott's defense, familiar with playing some zone, and this is what we do. He's a long, lengthy guy. He can play. He's physical. You know what I'm saying? So he can play. Put him aside alongside our guy, Trey White, when he comes back. And then you got a nice compliment in Dane Jackson, Teron Johnson in the slot. Cam Lewis is around. We're probably going to draft another guys. And we have some young guys on this team too, right? DaQuan Johnson. We got Thomas on the squad. The names are eluding me right now, but we've definitely got some depth on this team. So listen, folks. Okay, so what's next? If it's corner, what's the next move? Talk to me. All right, you know what I mean? Kanika, running back. Talk to me now. You know what I'm saying? Backup quarterback. You know what? The backup QB, but I'm not looking at the backup QB just yet. But QB2 is definitely a need. Right? I'm writing this down, right? So where does the pecking order lie? Where does the pecking order, right? Somebody, Chase Manzella says you're running back and backup QB. Thank you very much, right? And I'm talking to you guys. I mean, who is it? We got comes in and says cornerback and QB2. All right, so that's one way of looking at it too. Running back and a big 6'5" receiver, Rico. Okay, all right. And there's a reason I'm talking to y'all. Running back and linebacker. Okay, I'm talking to y'all. So let me breathe. Let me breathe for a quick second. All right, let me breathe. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't understand folks that speak in such definitive manner, right? In definitive manner, excuse me, right? Because you have folks that are sitting here talking like they're in the room with Brandon Beane. They're in the room with Coach McDermott. And you sitting here all over the damn phone talking like you know what's happening. You know what this team is going to do. Did you know we were going to draft Von Miller? Or excuse me, did you know we were going to sign Von Miller? No. This was not on anybody's radar. Nobody's radar. We don't know. We can only speculate. This is the season of speculation. This is the season of guessing. This is the season where Smoke is everywhere. You just don't know. You can take your educated guesses as to what this team is going to do. But what's glaring to me on this team is we've got a running back that's in his 4th year. We have another running back that was underwhelming last year. I don't know how they feel about him. We brought in another running back last year that didn't pan out. We thought he was going to bring his speed. It didn't work out. So then we bring in J.D. McKissic. J.D. McKissic says, I'm ready to join the squad. He says no. So clearly there's a need at running back. We have 9 picks. If you look at the holes on this team, there's not a whole lot. We filled the need at edge. We need to fill the need at corner. I have no bones about taking corner in the first round. But the second and third round, you think I'm going to skip out on a running back because this is not what we do? This is not what Beane's going to do. It's too high to pick a running back. If I can pick a player that makes my team better, that's what I'm going to do. If I'm GM, if I'm coach, why would we scoff against that? Because it's just not a thing to do to take that position that early. Since when? Because they're a dime a dozen. Really, are they? Because right now, we had interest in Christian McCaffrey. So we're not interested, but we're interested in Christian McCaffrey. But we just brought in J.D. McKissic. Let me tell you something, man. We're getting our running back because they're clearly not too thrilled with what we have in our backfield now. We need something dynamic. We need something that is going to get us there, right? Luckily, this draft class is a pretty decent one for RBs. So second round could be a running back. Sorry to break it to you, but if you're looking at what is happening around and where the holes lie, that could be the case. I'm not saying we struck out on third round running backs because you can, these guys, it's tough where you can find them. But if you can get your second round back, this is where your money's at. Look at the history of where Buffalo has drafted running backs, and every one of our successful running backs, except for Fred Jackson, because I love Fred Jackson, but except for Fred Jackson, have come second round. I'm telling you, Willis McGahee, first round. CJ Spiller, first round. Thurman Thomas, second round. Right? Who am I missing? Marshawn Lynch, first round. Right? I can go on. Right? A lot of our backs that had success in this team have gone in the first and second round. Second round, I would love a running back second round. In the second round, running backs tend to historically do best. So look for this team to do something in the second round. I'm done with this running back talk. I just hate that people dismiss the running back like it's not an important part of this freaking team. This is a passing league. Yes, until we get to the playoffs, this is when playoff Lennies are born. You know what I'm saying? This is when the Joe Mixons come around and start helping your team out. Y'all saw what was going on. You guys saw that. And I'm not ruling out a running back in first round. I really am not, because it all depends on where you find your value. If the value is there and your best player available happens to be a fucking running back, you draft a running back. They're not sitting here like, it's too high to draft a running back. Yo, does this guy make my team better? Immediately. You think the freaking Chiefs gave a damn when they drafted CEH, Clyde Edwards-Helaire? They like Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And I don't think they have no bones about it. Get the most out of these running backs the first 4 or 5 years. And if you can get a second contract out of them, chef's kiss. Get the most out of them in the first 5 or first 4 and get out of here. And I'm done. I'm done talking about this running back business. There's a whole whack of good damn running backs, and I can see a whole lot of them fitting with this offense, especially with this going with this 2 tight end set. Maybe that will be hitting up with OJ Howard and Dawson Knox, and you got freaking Diggs on the side, and you got Gabe Davis over. Fam, this is going to be something else, man. Cornerback to me is the one pick you got to go and fill that need. Unless we get a draft, unless we trade for someone, we'll see how that plays out, because the Giants right now are not releasing James Bradbury. They're going to take a trade. You want this guy, you're going to trade for him. And this just makes sense. Joe Shane's over there. You know what I'm saying? Brian Dable's over there. We need a corner. We just let Levi Wallace walk. This just makes sense that we trade for. If we want youth and we want to go and draft, shit, We got 9 picks to make it happen. It's going to be fun. But this team is not playing around this year. Listen, man, this evening just changed a whole lot of things. It changed a whole lot of things. So let me recap with what's happening, man. We got Von Miller, the newly signed, officially on the team, Von Miller, signed a 6-year deal, 120 mil. It's really not 120 mil, but we're gonna say it that way. You know what I'm saying? By the way, my man Rough Bus West is asking who Bradbury is. James Bradbury. Go look that up, my man. Go look that up. All right. So Von Miller has been introduced to the O-line, to the D-line. Ed Oliver is gonna go, is gonna be looking hungry as ever. Tim Settle, big defensive line from the Commanders, is going to be anchoring that line. And he's a very well-liked individual, and he's going to be a problem. Even my man Pierre lives in the Washington, D.C. area. Sorry, Virginia, and all he hears is about Tim Settle on the radio, and he's in Commander country. You know what I'm saying? So he hears about Tim Settle. My man Rio just came on and lamented the same things. Tim Settle is going to be a problem, and he's going to be a well-liked individual. Love that. DaQuan Jones, another big body coming in to handle business in the interior of the line. AJ Epinesa, Boogie Bash, and Greg Rousseau, Von Miller. Fam, this is gonna be something, man. So look out for this defensive front. Could we draft a linebacker? Could we bring in a linebacker with Tremaine Edmonds going into his 5th and final year? Do we bring him back? Are we going to be ready to pay big money to two linebackers? They just restructured Matt Milano's deal. So what goes on with Tremaine Edmonds? We're going to find out soon enough. We brought in his old teammate, some from Virginia Tech. So we're going to see what Tremaine is all about. Does he get a bad rap? I really think he does get a bad rap, but he has his moments. He has his moments where you kind of like, fam, what was that? What was that? But nonetheless, we got a good squad. We got the best safety tandem in the game, and Micah and Poyer. So we just gotta settle down and shore up that corner spot. Once we get a name that we can trust on that cornerback position, boy, we are gonna be a problem. We are gonna be a problem, man. Get some O-line depth. We need some O-line depth, and that's for the later rounds. Shoot, we got 9 picks to make things happen, man. Don't stress out, man. I see us kind of moving up. It doesn't. I wouldn't say moving up for a specific position, but we have 9 picks. Are we picking all 9 picks? We're going to find out. But man, this team, glaring holes, none. No glaring holes. Are there places that, okay, I can draft a young buck to come in here and I have the luxury to use my picks to do that? We absolutely do have that. So folks, dude, we're impact. Keyword impact. We are in a position right now to do big things with this team. And what a way to celebrate these acquisitions with St. Paddy's Day happening tomorrow. Fam, I don't know. Some of y'all like to take the time off and take the day off to go and celebrate St. Paddy's Day like that. I certainly am not one of those people, but I have the week off because I have my mom and my whole family came to visit. You know what I mean? Me. So I'm soaking it all up, right? So that's why yesterday's show I couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? I had to spend time with Mom Dukes. You feel me? But understand that this team is destined for good things. This team is destined for good things, man. People from I got a super chat coming in from William on YT. He says, "Yo, people from Buffalo hating this signing, but wanted Jones, who is also 32 and also doesn't have 115 sacks since 2011." And here's the thing: a lot of people were talking about Chandler Jones coming to the Bills. All right, and Chandler Jones is a good. Look, listen, man, he's legit. He's legit. Like the guy's got 107 sacks in his career. But let me tell you something about my man Von Miller. Von Miller is got 115 sacks. So both these guys are legitimate. Both are in their 30 plus, give or take. But the more I guess you can say that the more acclimated pass rusher is Von Miller, right? And he came in at age 30, 32? How old is he now? He's 32 years of age. He came in at age 32, came in and provided a big spark for these very Rams that won the Super Bowl. Some would say that without Von Miller, maybe they don't have that edge, pun intended. They don't have that edge to get over the hump to win the championship, right? And that's why they went out and got him. So Brandon Beane is like, you know what? Let my ass go and get Von Miller and let us have that opportunity to do this as well. Fam, this Bills team is a scary team now. It's on paper, so I don't want to overhype this, but my goodness, you can't ignore it. You can't ignore it. And I'm looking at this line. Listen, fam, like picture this with me. Von Miller coming off the edge. Ed Oliver, 3 tech. Finally, 3 tech. So now he can go one-on-one, and it's going to be very difficult to stop that man. You got Tim Settle holding it down. If you don't, and he can pass rush as well, so you better watch out. So you keep it slipping, he will get after your ass. So you're too worried and chipping away at Von Miller. Here comes Ed Oliver. Oh, so you want to double team and bring the protection closer to Von Miller and Ed Oliver. Greg Rousseau is on the other side. Fair. It's gonna be problematic for a lot of these offenses. The AFC East, if you thought you were getting cute, the Jets are looking pretty good, man. The Jets got some good players out there. But yo, we got guns too. You know what I'm saying? You clap, we clap back. You feel me? So it's gonna be fun to see how this plays out, and see how we stack up, and how this team is going to really gel together. And this is where I need Leslie Frazier, Eric Washington, you know what I'm saying, young Babbage, you know what I mean, to come in and really get these guys as one. You know what I'm saying? I know there's some new pieces on this team, but you guys need to get these guys so acclimated with one another. Maybe this team going back to John Fisher, going back to Rochester is the flex. Because now it allows people to bunk up with each other. It allows people to get to know each other, get that family dynamic, and then we just go on this run. Maybe this is what it was. The year that everything is dropped, all COVID freaking restrictions are dropped, and it's just back to normal, and let's get after this damn thing. I'm telling you, man, it's very much needed for these Bills to win a damn championship in our lifetime. It's very much needed. It's needed. It's one of the most starving franchises that need that shit, especially because of what's happened to us in the 90s. Need I go on? I don't. So, folks, this is huge. This is huge. This Von Miller signing is massive. I mean, let's break down what he's going to bring to us. I mean, shoot. Back in 2013, slow year, right? But I believe that was the year. I mean, he only had 9 games that year. So this is where the explosion comes in. 14 sacks in 14, 11 sacks in 15, 13.5 sacks in 16, 10 sacks in 17, right? And these are all like Pro Bowl years, fellas. 14 and a half sacks in 2018. And here's where, we have a slowdown. Then his last year in Denver, he comes in and has 8 sacks, right? In 2021, didn't work out for him. This is where he had to have some time. Otherwise, he had 9.5 sacks. And then here goes to Denver. Then he goes to LA. Fam, he had 4.5 sacks with Denver, half of Denver. He's got 5 sacks. Fam, he had 9 sacks amongst these 2 teams. And then another 4 in this. Come on, fam. Let's not play games. He still got some fuel in the tank. And I don't know what it is that these guys are eating these days, but these guys are playing longer. Sometimes these guys are choosing to retire early. Whatever reasons they have, they're choosing to retire early. But these guys are playing longer. They're taking care of their bodies even more so. So shoot, watch out, man. Just watch out. This is going to be fun to see how this team lays everything out. My man Namdi comes in with a really good question. He says, hey, who starts at the 1 tech defensive tackle? Settle, Phillips, Jones, or Starr? We need to talk about this. Well, here's the deal. How many linemen did we keep last year? We kept 9 linemen last year. So let's do the match. So now we've got Miller. We got Rousseau. We got AJ, Epinesa. We got Basham. Okay? So now there's your 4 linemen right. There's your 4 edge linemen right there. All right? So now, let's talk about who we have on the team. We have Jones that we just signed, and we got Settle. Okay? We got Settle on the squad. So who else we got? Ed Oliver. We have Oliver on the squad. We have Phillips saying that he's going to sign with the team tomorrow. And these are prominent names, right? Then we got Star Lotulelei. That's on the squad right now. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9 linemen on this team right now, including Star Lotulelei. Am I missing someone on the line right now? I feel like I'm missing someone. Help me out if I'm missing someone. By the way, Mark Ski says, and I appreciate that super chat, by the way, Mark Ski says, imagine, Rico, if Groot actually puts all together this year. Lights out. Fam, when you play next to, first of all, he's going into his second year. That's number one. He's going into his second year. Then he's going to be in the room, in the defensive line room with a guy like Von Miller. He's going to be practicing with a guy like Von Miller. Yo, watch the hell out, man. Watch the hell out. Right? Okay, somebody said, put Mike Love on there. And I love Mike Love. Mike Love is my dude. I'm a big fan of Mike Love, man. But we'll see how that plays out. By the way, Zimmer, they didn't bring Zimmer back. They didn't tender him. So he's going to be a free agent, I believe. Because they had the opportunity to tender him, or RFA tender him, and they chose Ryan Bates instead of him. So Zimmer is pretty much free to go. You feel? F.A. Obata. I don't know if we're gonna bring F.A. Obata back, but he's one of those guys that we're probably gonna let him kind of, linger in the wind. So F.A. Obata, Eli Anku, boom. I forgot about Eli Anku. Eli Anku, how can I forget about Eli Anku, my man from Ottawa? So Eli Anku is on the squad right now. And listen, man, those are the linemen on this team. Those are the linemen on this team. So we got 9, 10 guys with Eli Anku. So the question mark for me is Star Lotulelei. We just brought in 2 guys. 2 guys that play the position that you play. Are we really going to sit here? Are we really going to sit here and keep Star Lotulelei while we have these guys sitting on the squad? Fam, let's really think about that. Are we keeping? Addison is a free agent, my man. Jerry Hughes, free agent. So are we really doing that? Zimmer sucks. Somebody says Zimmer sucks. He doesn't suck. Come on now. But fam, this is not Star Lotulelei. I'm interested to see what they're going to do with Star Lotulelei as well, because I'm not paying. Listen, man, we brought in 2 guys that play your position, and we pay them significant money. To me, Star Lotulelei is going to be cut. There's going to be big time dead money. I think it was like 7 million dead money. I think we'll take it. We'll find a way that we can kind of spread that shit out, but we're going to take that bitch, right? So to me, he's out. It's going to be really the 4 linemen that I mentioned before with AJ, Basham, Rousseau, Miller, unless they trade. They use AJ Epinesa as trade bait and then move him off somewhere. Then you got DaQuan Jones and Settled and 2 new guys. So there's your 6 right there. 6 linemen right there. Then you got Ed Oliver. There's 7. So you got 7 for sure on the team. 7 for sure. And then if you want to go back to 9 linemen, well, then you got to figure yourself out with Star, Mike Love, F.A. Obata. He's not there. He's gone. So it's going to be between Mike Love, Eli Anku, Star, and Jordan Phillips. Pick your poison. I don't care what it is. We already have the core guys on the squad. We're going to see how it plays out. I think we're out on Daniil Hunter. we ain't going after Daniil Hunter when we already have Rousseau. We have Basham. So it's probably not going to be the case. Or we end up putting Basham part of a trade. Make him part of a trade package, and we get somewhere. Who knows how this happens? But we ain't done. There's going to be some more moves to happen, and I'm sure the Bills front office is kind of saying, okay, we got what we wanted. We made sure that we stayed under the radar, and we got it going. OJ Howard, Von Miller, you know what I'm saying? So, and Tim Settle, DaQuan Jones, those are 4 key acquisitions that we've added to this team. The one position that we have not settled on right now is cornerback and running back. And to me, in my opinion, those 2 positions are the most important things that we need to fill. We thought we had it in the running back position with this whole JD McKissic, but he was like, nah, fam, I ain't doing that. So he said, peace the fuck out. So now here we are back in the position of going cornerback, running back. And in this draft, if we don't bring anybody in this free agency, And we don't trade for anybody. This draft is where we're gonna just really settle in and go for who we need to go for. And to me, it goes first round cornerback, second round running back, and then fill the rest out. Unless there's BPA and there's guys that drop and we're like, holy crap, I didn't expect that guy to drop. Scoop him up. Guard is going to definitely, we need some depth at guard. So we're definitely going to be drafting guard because Rasha Saffold at 34 years of age, he's probably got a year, maybe 2 in him. And that's about it. So we got to have some depth at guard. So look for us to draft some depth at guard. But my goodness, this team we're ready to roll, people. People, we're ready to roll. We are ready to roll. I don't know what we're doing at punter. We decided to freaking void the last year of our punter's contract. And he's got $1 million contract. He's just to pretty much be the holder. So be it. If that's what they want to do and spend their money there, at least we have a guy that can hold, but he better get his shit together and learning how to freaking punt and get that punt off quicker. Statistically, he was the worst punter in the game. So they're looking to replace his ass. If they just needed to, tie up some loose ends. So when they do cut him, they'll be just fine. They'll be bringing a guy that comes in and does the damn job. If we have to draft a kicker, so be it. Draft the damn kicker. That's the way I look at it. Trey Moore says release Star and Beasley. Beasley's coming. That release for Beasley is coming. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. Folks, I've been going on for an hour and a half now. I'm now going to take questions, concerns, you know what I'm saying? Things that you're like, man, I'm not clear on, and I'll do my very best to make sure that I can clear things up for you. I am no, cap guru. I don't do that. That's not what I do. That's not my forte. My forte is to kind of just speak on things, share my opinions, and really just get engagement, right? And on top of that, kind of inform you of what's going on and getting these player interviews and kind of give you another side of these players, right? And that's what we do here at BF, man. We give you entertainment. We try to do what we can and keep it moving, man. My man said any RB that you like. Well, right now, you guys might hate on this, but I think that from what I understand, his agent says that he's healthy. But Raheem Mostert, if we can try to, we went for a free agent guy. To me, some people want Lombardi Lenny. Leonard Fournette is out there. He's he's in the wind right now. So we could definitely go out with him. But for me, I'm looking at Raheem Mostert. I like Raheem Mostert. He just came off a big time injury though, so that kind of concerning. But they say he's healthy. He's gonna make a quick recovery, so I'm good with that. So if Mostert went to the Dolphins? No, I missed that. Sure. Yo, let me tell you something, man. I love Raheem Mostert. I love his game. I love the way he runs. He runs hard, and he's got speed still. Now, I don't know how much speed he's gonna have going forward with his injury, but I'm sure he's going to work his tail off and get right back to it. But damn it, he went to the damn Dolphins. Oh, okay. Well, anyways, that was my first guy. My next guy is Marlon Mack. Oh, look, you guys are already in the chat already doing it. So Marlon Mack is my next back that I like in free agency. Those are the only two. That's it. Playoff Lenny is cool. I like Playoff Lenny, but I'm not sure how I feel about Playoff Lenny. Melvin Gordon, he is available. I like his game. I like Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon can run. I'm not mad at it. If we went and grabbed the Melvin Gordon, immediately that tells me that we are not looking to draft a running back early. And we may not even draft a running back. And Melvin Gordon, I don't know how old Melvin Gordon is, but he's not old. He's not an old guy. He's not 30 yet, that's for sure. So Melvin Gordon might be a nice signing. It'd be pretty good. I'm not even mad at that. So Melvin Gordon would be a nice little pickup. Marlon Mack is the one that I was like, okay, I could F with Marlon Mack. Problem with Marlon Mack is he's got quite a bit of injuries. So there's a good chance that he might be one of those guys that, dude, he's got a hamstring injury. Oh, we don't have Marlon Mack. He's on the sideline, right? And then we're right back to square one dealing with Zach Moss running the rock or just Devin Singletary. So like if we're gonna do something, swing for it big. Now, what's very interesting to me is the Bills allegedly had very strong interest in Christian McCaffrey. And the only reason that nothing moved with Christian McCaffrey was because the Panthers are like, we're not moving him. So don't even bother looking at us. We're not doing it. This whole Carolina and Bills connection that we had going is done. Okay, we're not connected anymore. You found your new connection with the Giants. Go and mess around with that. Now, speaking of the Giants are looking to potentially move Saquon Barkley, and it's not going to cost a whole lot. I'm talking about 4th round, maybe 4th round pick, maybe 5th round pick, maybe both. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if we can find a way to bring in a Saquon Barkley, but we're not looking for running back, Rico. That's stupid. We're not going to trade for anybody. Yo, never say never, first of all. You don't know what this team is doing, because if I told you we're going after Von Miller, you would have said, shut your ass up, Rico. You don't know the F you're talking about. Well, look at that. We got Von Miller on the squad. And if the theme right now is to really go all in and get impact pieces on teams that can do it all, and I'm talking about run inside the tackles, run outside the tackles, catch the football out of the backfield, and is able to pass protect, why wouldn't you go after a guy like Saquon Barkley? Price has got to be right, though. The price always has to be right. Right, Bob? Exactly. Price has to be right. You can't just go out and willy-nilly and just grab Saquon Barkley and just give him. This ain't Madden. But it's got to make sense. And right now, it makes a lot of sense because Joe Shane and Brian Daboll just left for the Giants. They're in a rebuild / retool / they're trying to figure things out, and they've got a lot of cap that they got to fix. There's a lot of cap that they got to, get under. And Joe Shane knows exactly how that works, because when he was with us and we had to get under the cap, we had to do a whole lot of cutting. So they're in the position to get rid of players, right? Evan Ingram is gone. He went to the Jaguars. That would have been really cool to get Evan Ingram, by the way, on the Bills. So why not get Saquon Barkley? I'm just saying. Shout out to my guy, the ref says, yo, Rico, I'm not gonna lie, man. I thought the Fanatics was trolling when they said 6 years, 120 million on Instagram. When I saw 6 million, 120 million, I was like, no way. And I thought it was Ian Rappaport that did it. But nowadays, people will dupe you and make up a stupid account and have you freaking look like a dummy by retweeting something. And then you're like, oh shit, that was a fake account. So I'm thinking, that's gotta be right. Let me look to make sure that this is actually Rap Sheet. I'm like, oh, this is legit. 6 years, 120 million. Holy ish. It had me thinking, how old is Von Miller? Was he 29, 28 that I don't know about? No, he's 32. Okay. Shit, we are really, really giving him 6 years, 120 million. But then I'm like, hold on a second. I know who my GM is. It's Brandon Beane. And Brandon Beane doesn't just, give out money just like that. So there's a way that he's got it, this thing constructed. So it's probably going to be some crazy construction of how it's done, where it's like your base salary is going to be $2 million and your freaking your signing bonus is 32 million, which we know, and it's going to be something crazy where the cap hit for this year is not crazy, but next year and the year after that is when it's heavy. Well, we'll find out. The numbers will soon come out, and we'll know exactly what's happening with Von Miller. But listen, man, Von Miller had 110 sacks with Denver, and then he had 5 sacks with freaking the Rams, and then he had 4 in the playoffs. Yo, you can't even go wrong. You can't go wrong with that, man. Von Miller is the real deal. He's the real deal. And sometimes, man, when you set yourself up and you're next to guys that when you're next to guys that really want it and are hungry, what do you think it does to you? It rubs off on him. And these guys, let me tell you right now, the Rams were hungry for this championship. You saw how they did it. You saw how they wanted it. You saw OJ, you got me saying OJ. Odell Beckham Jr., you know what I'm saying, really wanted this thing. He wanted it, and it's unfortunate he tore his damn leg up. But I'm telling you right now, fam, the Bills are hungry. And when Von Miller comes to this locker room and he sees the hunger, fam, he's going to be like, all right, let's do this, man. This is the same vibe I had with LA. I see what's going on here. Let's get this. Let's get it. McCorkle Jones, Zach Wilson, Tua Tagovailoa. Y'all better watch out, fam. Y'all better watch out, man. It's not going to be fun. Y'all thought it was sweet. You know what I'm saying? You thought we weren't going to make any moves, to maintain, top dog in the division. No. That's not the way it works. This is for the long haul. This is the Patriots are not the same team anymore. Tom Brady is gone. So now we got a new sheriff in town, and we did it 2 years in a row, and we're going to keep it rolling. It's as simple as that. Dayton R. What's up, Dayton? He says, hey, if it can't get if can't get a trade for Barkley or Christian McCaffrey, then Fournette is the answer for struggles in December and January games. Remember, we need a first round bye home games. You're absolutely right about that. I'm not mad if we get Leonard Fournette. If we decide to say, okay, we tried for McKissic, I guess Fournette is the next guy, but JD McKissic gives you a lot more than a Fournette does. Fournette will give you inside tackle runs. He's got a little bit of wheels to get on the outside. You feel me? But McKissic gave you everything. You can put him outside and he's running routes, right? Like a Christian McCaffrey type of back, which the Bills showed interest in. So we're looking for a guy that is versatile, that can run the rock in the backfield, but I can also split you out wide and be a receiver. So look to see where they go with that. So that's why a guy like Breece Hall that can catch the football, run the football, pass block, he does it all. But look out for Max Borgi as well. The Bills brought in and had a visit with Max Borgi. So don't sleep on Max Borgi. I'm telling you guys right now, man, don't sleep on that shit. That shit is legit. I got a question coming in from Jonathan Bees from Bay. Says, okay, hear me out. Beasley and a 5th for Saquon and a 6th. You never know, man. I mean, that receiving squad over there with the Giants is not a bad receiving squad. So they might feel they're okay. Or maybe there's a deal being worked out as we speak and Saquon comes over. I don't know, but I would love it. I would love it. And then I can just put to bed all the chatter about, oh, the running back is not important and this, that, and the third. Well, y'all can kick rocks. And you know what? I'm not even going to say shit. You know what you'll get from me? Eyeballs. Eyeballs is all you get from me, or a big laughing emoji. That's it. Ain't nothing got to be said. Ain't nothing got to be said. You guys will know. You guys will understand exactly what happens when we bring in a back that is formidable enough that's going to help us, right? I'd be very disappointed if we just went out and stuck with Zach Moss and Singletary. Not that I hate Singletary or Zach Moss. I just be disappointed because there's more to be desired. There's much more to be desired in the backfield for the Bills. We just shored up the right side of the O-line. We got a mauler in Saffold. We have a mauler in Spencer Brown. We have a tactician in Mitch Morse. We got Ryan Bates as just a do-it-all guy. He can maul you or he can pass protect. And then we got Deion Dawkins, the Pro Bowler. That's a damn good O-line. And then you got an all-pro elite quarterback in the backfield. Yo, bring me my running back. Bring me my running back, man. So we'll see how that plays out. I'm not a fan of Sonny Michel, man. If we bring Sonny Michel on, I'm going to be like, man, I'm not interested. Just like no different than we brought in Matt Breida. I was like, okay, whatever. I'm not really into that. I really am not. Howard is better than Ingram. Is he? Aren't they all in the same crop, in the same group? To me, I group them in the same. Athletic guys that have drop issues, that have had drop issues. Howard, not so much per se. I expected more out of Howard's career thus far, especially with how he was regarded coming out of college, especially Alabama. So maybe this is where he really gets going in Buffalo. Who knows, man? But Buffalo is the place to be. Buffalo is the place to be. I'm telling you right now, man. Arthur Nash says Breece Hall would be great in Buffalo. Yes, he would. Yes, the heck he would. But there are some people that will have you believe that we don't need a running back. We are just fine where we're at. They can go kick rocks. Kick rocks, baby. Rico, we making noise in the AFC yet? We're making noise, man. But listen, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. When I look over and I see, hold on, my man Michelle Holloman says, yo, Rashad White looks solid in the draft. I feel Kenneth Walker and Bruce will be gone. I have a feeling, well, wait till the second, because I've seen a lot of these mock drafts that are happening right now, and I don't see a lot of the running backs going in the first half, say in the first round. So maybe we get lucky enough that second round is when we get them, but where we pick in the second round is the problem. So maybe we can try to move up. We'll see how that plays out. We'll see. But I see a comment here that I was just about to read. So the contract for Von Miller, 3 years, $53 million, pretty much what it is. Bills put in a clause to void after the third year. So there you go. So pretty much a 2-year deal. 2-year deal. I'll take that. I'll take that, no problem. 17.5 a year for the first 4 years is heavy for 5 on year 5 and 6. Don't worry about year 5 and 6. He ain't gonna make it. He ain't gonna make it a year 5 and 6. That's for damn sure. Not at all. G Long Video Guy says, yo, biggest free agent signing since Mario Williams. Well done, Brandon Beane. Absolutely. Biggest free agent signing for sure since then. Cole Jessup says, yo, Von Miller has won a Super Bowl on every team he's played for. Well, let's hopefully that he brings that aura and he brings that vibe to Buffalo, and we can capitalize off of that. Cyber Cabal says, yo, Saquon Barkley is a big no-go. He's not feeling Saquon Barkley. He says too injury prone. I think that's injury prone. I'm not sure what that is. And it's going to be too expensive. Listen, after signing, shouldn't this tell you something? After signing Von Miller to a 6-year, $120 million, and I'm using that because that's what the numbers that are out there. We're giving this guy $32 million signing bonus at $53 million during the whole season for the 3 years that he's going to be on the squad. They'll make it work. They'll find one way or another to kind of push money, extension. Who knows? But it will work. I'm not worried about that one bit. Not one bit. Julian Matt says, one thing I know after today is I have no idea how the salary cap works. For real, right? Nobody knows how the salary cap works. I thought I had my head wrapped around it. Okay, this is how much we have. We have 1.9 mil, and oh shit, we just signed a few players. Okay, we just cut a few players. So the numbers are going up and down, and then boom, this happens, and then boom, OJ Howard, and then Tim Settle. Holy jumpers, all this stuff is going on. So now I rely on Over the Cap, and I rely on Spot Track. Once those guys do the math, I'm never a mathematician. I don't do math. I hate math. But once those numbers get crawled in and you just make it, you know what I mean? Write it down on crayon for me to make me understand what's happening, and then I'll relay it to my people. That's the best way I could explain it to y'all, so I know what's happening, man. But we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. This is gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to seeing how this plays out, man. My man DZ Ank says, yo, Von Miller also did a music video with your Canadian brother Justin Bieber. Damn. Well, listen, if it's not meant to be, I don't know what else to tell you. He's making music with Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber is a big star. He's Canadian. Von Miller moves close to the Canadian border. He's in Buffalo. I mean, this is meant to be. It's meant to be, damn it. It's meant to be. Let's make it happen, man. Tyler Common says, yo, needs, in my opinion, are cornerback, running back, interior offensive lineman, receiver. Trent McDuffie, Kenneth Walker, Cole Strange, Romeo Doubs, and any thoughts? Okay, so Trent McDuffie, I like a lot. Smaller frame, but I think small frame doesn't mean anything to me, man. If you got great feet, you put yourself in position where you're between the receiver and the ball, and you do your job. That's it. I mean, you can hop. If you got hops, man, you can jump with the best of them. I'm good with you. So Trent McDuffie would be nice. I don't know if he'll be there at pick 25. That's the challenge with that. Kenneth Walker, that boy's explosive shit. I love Kenneth Walker. I love his game. And if he's available in the second round, which is where most of the running backs will start going, the good ones, then we might be in trouble. But Cole Strange, great. Romeo Doubs, receiver. I believe Romeo Doubs is the receiver. Solid. Yo, every one of those guys you just said are solid. Will we have the opportunity to get one? Cole Strange, I'm really interested in Cole Strange. My man for cover one, Sterling, he put me up on game on Cole Strange. So we'll see how that plays out. But that's a solid list, man. That's a very good list. Extremely good list. But yeah, man, this is going to be fun going forward. For those that are tuned in for the very first time, do me a favor, smash this like. Smash this like. Subscribe if you have not subscribed to this team, man. And you're a new Bills fan, or you're not a fan of the Bills at all, but you like the content that we bring to you, fam, this is the channel for you to be on. Jump on there and show some love and smash that like. Let's get this video to 500 likes. 500 likes to do the damn trick. Let's go. My man, Renaissance Man, what's good, my G? Says, yo, I watched a lot of Bucks games last year, man. Fournette is a problem. He was playing at a high level. Yo, I'm not mad. If we bring in Fournette, man, you know you have yourself a nice complimentary back that can run inside, that can outside, and he can still play. So, and he can catch out of the backfield. Truth be told, he can catch out of the backfield. So, Fournette, I don't know how much it would cost. That's the thing with Fournette. I mean, is he willing to take the same money that we're going to give to J.D. McKissic, 2 years, $7 million? And if he is, okay. But then did we try to go for a specific type of back? Because right now, if you look at Max Borgi, Christian McCaffrey, McKissic, they're all the same type of back. Scat back type, can give you the run in the between the tackles, can be lined up at a receiver, can do a whole bunch of things. Speed is the main thing that they want out of this person. So if I give you the ball in space, what will you do with it? Right? Can you take it the distance? And these are the type of backs that the Bills, I believe, are looking for, especially when they show interest in Christian McCaffrey. They brought in Max Borgi as a prospect to look into, and J.D. McKissic we just signed. And then he said, U-turn, I'm going back to Washington. So we'll see. We'll see how this plays out, man. This is going to be interesting the rest of the way. What's up, my man Marshall Parker? What's up, man? Marshall goes in and says, yo, I would be good with Gordon and Jones 1 year on 1 year deals, get them on a Super Bowl caliber team and become free agents again next year. So Gordon and Jones. So Melvin Gordon, I can mess with. I could definitely mess with Melvin Gordon. I think he's still a good back, but I really love Javonte Williams, man. Man, was I wanting us to take Javonte Williams, but that boy was gone too soon. But Javonte Williams was nice. I loved it. And I got to go back to this, man. Stop thinking that this team is not interested in a running back, because last year, a lot of times, Najee Harris was linked to us. You know what I'm saying? Who's the man that went to the Jags that got hurt? His name is not coming to me right now, but he got hurt. Travis Etienne, he got hurt. You know what I'm saying? But there was times where he thought he was going to go to the Bills. Maybe there was a lot of conversation happening with him. Hey, hang tight. We might be looking at you. Just relax for a second. And then he got snagged. It happens. It is what it is. But Fournette would be not a bad pick. I'm not mad at that, man. Rico Star still on the roster? He certainly is. Here's the thing with Star Lotulelei is that we save $1.5 million if we cut him. It's fine. There's some savings there. However, his dead cap money is $7.7 million. So we have that on the books. So do we keep him just for the sake of, okay, we're just going to keep you on the squad? I doubt it. We just brought in these two guys on the squad that essentially play his position. We're going to have 3 rotating freaking defensive tackles with Jordan Phillips on the squad. Star Lotulelei is as good as gone. I mean, he might as well retire. I don't know what the deal is but that's one thing that I'm sure if McDermott and Beane could look back and say, shit, we shouldn't have done that. We should just called it a day. They would have done that. But they got him on the roster, so they're going to keep him, or they're just going to bite the bullet and just take that. Take that. Like Diddy. So we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. JT Campbell says, yo, I got a package deal. Check this out. He says, Beasley and Star Lotulelei and 4 and 5 for Bradbury and Barkley with the G-Men. Yo, although that would be cool, you just never know. But I don't think they're gonna do it. They're gonna be like, what? You're gonna give me Star? Please. I'm good. Thank you so much for that offer. I can see them doing that. Real talk. Ronald Rigler, what's good, my man? Ronald says, yo, Saffold plays left side, Rico. Oh, shit. Okay, see, that's another thing that I need to find out. What side is Saffold going to be playing on? So he's on the left side. So I guess that brings over Ryan Bates to the right side. Unless we keep Ryan Bates which I really hope they don't do, but Ryan Bates becomes a swing guard / backup center because he's played everywhere. So he's going to be the backup center. So that changes a lot of things for me too, because now you got cornerback would be 1, interior O-line, and then RB. Those are my top 3 needs right now for this team. Cornerback, O-line, and running back. Cornerback is number 1. The O-line and RB are interchangeable. I can go 1 or 2 between the two. But if he's left side, thanks for that, Ronald. If he's a left guard, then at the end of the day, that right guard side is going to be Ryan Bates, and he's competing with somebody. So look for us to be drafting a guard early, first 3 rounds. You know what I'm saying? Maybe second day. Second day will definitely be something that's going to be happening on that day. So we'll see how that plays out. But it'll be fun, man. It'll be fun. Yo, you want to spend $8 million on a running back on a 2-year deal? Why not? I mean, listen, when these 2-year deals happen, they find ways to kind of maneuver it. Yeah, it looks good. That if you can make it to your second year, then yeah, you'll get your $8 million. But they'll probably put it as like, you're going to get $3 million your first year, and then with incentives, you'll get this, that, and the third. And then your next year, we're going to inflate it on the back end, right? But you got to get through the first year. And if you do well enough, then maybe we'll bring you back and we'll talk about it. right? But all these numbers, man, they can be masked in a way where they can make anything happen, right? They can do anything. We'll push this movie here. We'll put this money over here and do this and cap save. There's a whole lot of ways that these guys can do it. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. At the end of the day, we'll see how it plays out. I'm gonna take a couple more questions, and I'm out of here, folks. We've been podding for 2 hours, baby, and I love it. Love every bit of it. Namdi, my man Namdi says, yo, by the way, Bates will play right guard because Saffold ain't moving to the right. Well, then I'll take it. I wasn't sure where Saffold played. So Saffold is on the left side of the ball, which is even better because I trust Ryan Bates and I trust Saffold. So Saffold, Dawkins, Morse on the left side. Ryan Bates and the nasty dude in Spencer Brown. I'll take it. So you've got veteran on the left side and you've got some youth on the right side. All right, we'll make it work. We'll definitely make it work. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. Thoughts on Daryl Williams? Ooh. So I heard Daryl Williams is going to be allowed to walk, or they're not going to, be giving him a deal. So he's going to be available. I like Daryl Williams' game, man. And I know Daryl Williams' game well enough because I had him on my fantasy team. And Daryl Williams was a monster. And it forced me to watch these Kansas City games. And Daryl Williams can play. When Clyde was out with, I think it was that concussion against us or something happened to where he got hurt, Daryl Williams was a pretty damn good back. So Daryl Williams is always going to be an option. The way he runs, the way he does his thing, man, he's great. Peter Gobi says, yo, Rico, who started BBB? Big Baller Beane was started with the... Yo, stop playing with us, man. So if you hear any, look at I already see it on the Buffalo Bills website. They're saying Big Baller Beane, but Big Baller Beane originated with the Buffalo Fanatics because if you guys remember when Lonzo Ball's pops, they came in with the Big Baller brand or whatever. We just played with the letters and the bullshit, whatever, and we're like, yo, fuck, Big Baller Beane is fucking catchy as shit. Yo, boom. We even have t-shirts and all that shit put out there, man. So Big Baller Beane is Buffalo Fanatics, man. We sometimes we get in our creative, we get kind of catchy and clever. We have our moments. But yeah, man, that's where we at. The ref says, yo, we addressed the trenches heavy so far. Do you think we're going for cornerback, receiver, or RB in the first round? Any one of those is possible. More specifically, cornerback to running back, I can't see us going receiver in the first round. I don't know why. I just don't see it because we already have. Here's my theory on receiver in the first round and why I'm not a fan of it. If we do it, great, because they've obviously gone and done their homework and there's someone that they like, right? But here's why I don't like it. You're bringing a receiver that's not going to be an impact right off the bat. You know he's not, because now you're behind Gabe Davis. He's emerging. He's number 2 receiver for sure on the squad. You're going to be behind Stephon Diggs 100%. And then Deion Dawkins is getting in on the action as well. So you're going to come in as a first-round draft pick, 25th, mind you. It's like an early second, but a first-round draft pick nonetheless. And you're going to be behind 3 receivers already, 3 pass catchers already. So now I'm giving you a first-round draft pick on a guy that's going to be like rotational. I'd rather draft a first-round guy that's going to be on the field already, impact player right off the bat. So a running back, a cornerback, they're going to be a difference maker right off the bat. So to me, that's the way I look at it. That's my opinion. So me choosing a running back and a corner over a receiver, it makes sense to me because these guys can jump in right off the bat, right? You're going to be competing immediately. If your O-line drafted in the first round, like Kenyon Green, you're going to be immediately competing with Ryan Bates, right? I don't know where Kenyon Green plays, if he's on the right side or left side, but anyway, you're competing right off the bat. You go to corner, you're competing. If not, you're immediately inserted as starter, or you're competing at least with Dane Jackson. With receiver, you're behind Diggs right off the bat. You're behind Gabe Davis right off the bat. I know that, that person's probably going to be replacing Cole Beasley, but now you have the emergence of Dawson Knox, and then now you bring in OJ Howard. So it'd be interesting if we draft a receiver there. So be it. We'll live with it, but I just don't see the value. I don't see the value in bringing in a receiver in the first round. That's just me. But yeah, I like that. Matakevich better restructure. Well, Matakevich, I think he restructured last year. So it's either he's on the squad and they don't touch him, or he's cut. So look for that change to happen. You save $2.5 million if you move on from Matakevich. Big time special teamer, but we'll see how that plays out. Rico, you think Beasley stays? Beasley has been granted permission to trade, like to seek a trade. So his people are working on where he can go and what place is going to work for him. But I just can't see these guys bringing him back, especially when you have the ability to save $6.1 million. Now, I like Beasley. If Beasley stays, he's amongst the top three. We don't have to draft a receiver. We owe him $6.1 million. He ends his last season as a Bill, and we call it a day. And Josh Allen will have a blanket everywhere he looks. Dawson Knox, Cole Beasley, it just continues, right? But with the signing of OJ Howard, maybe we go away from 3 receiver sets more to, you know what I'm saying, 12 personnel. Gabe Davis on one side, Stephon Diggs on another, and you got Dawson Knox and OJ Howard, right? And then we got a single back in the backfield. So we'll see how this plays out. There's a lot of things that can be done in when personnels get added to the squad, and OJ Howard being added to the team changes a few things, right? So we'll see how that plays out. We will definitely see how that plays out. A dynamic back would take this offense to another level. Thank you, Cascut. Cascut gets it, man. A dynamic back takes this offense to another level because now you've got to pay attention. You've got to pay attention to everybody on the squad. And shout out to my guy, Pierre the Kingpin. What's good, my man? Pierre the Kingpin coming in. He's right now, he is in the Dominican Republic hanging out right now. And he's coming in to chime in and says, hey, Peter, BF started it in 2018. No big deal, though. Just so you know, this Big Baller Beane's not just coming out. We've had this thing for 4 years now. Thank you, Pierre, for settling that for us, because some people don't know, and you got to let them know what's happening, man. You got to let them know what time it is. What up to my man, Jacob Smith Sr.? What's up, Jacob? He says, yo, the amount of people who have gotten so butthurt about speaking the truth with Singletary the last year was unreal. Just go watch the KC playoff game. Singletary turned into Stevie Wonder because he couldn't see shit. Holes right in front of him, and he runs to the blockers. Yo, Jacob, that's hilarious, man. Turned into Stevie Wonder. Listen, man. Singletary started coming on in the end of the year, right? End of the year, but was it a little too late, right? That's number one. Number two, some changes needed to happen on the O-line. Ryan Bates started being inserted into the O-line, and all of a sudden things started clicking. But I don't forget who we played. We played the Jets, we played Atlanta Falcons, we played some teams near the back end that just weren't that great. So some could look at it and say, are we really like bragging about that? We played some teams that were some boo-boo. So that there's that plays into this part. So we'll see how that plays out, right? Shade Manhurt says, according to Cover One, JD is still coming to the Bills. JD. Oh, JD still coming to the Bills according to them? I mean, it's not too late. He can change his mind again, but I don't know how that would look. So, I mean, Cover One can say that all they want until I see it, but it just wouldn't make sense. I mean, anything is possible. Don't get me wrong. Anything is possible, but him agreeing to go with the Bills, and then changing his mind because they've offered him more money. They offered him the same money to go back to somewhere where he's familiar. I can't see him changing his mind up again. So, I mean, if he does, he does. That's great, but I just can't see it. I don't buy it. I think JD's going to stay where he's at. Him and Gibson's got a good thing going over there, and then we'll go from there. BBB needs to show no mercy and get Daniil Hunter, Pat P, and playoff Lenny. Golly, I was gonna say, where do you think we got this money? But I just listen. According to how these things play out, maybe we can make it happen. We'll see how it goes, man. John Yotis, Rico, you're doing a live show at the draft. You mother effing right, John Yotis, Triple OG. We definitely are going to do a show. And this year is going to be a lot different from last year. Last year, we had a bigger team, bigger production. You know what I'm saying? We went all out to make it happen, but holy crap, was it ever fun doing it? But we don't have the same personnel. We had a lot of help, man. We had Steve and Dave were part of the squad, and they're really knowledgeable on these college guys. I'm not. And we had like a slew of guests come on, but we're going to do like we normally do, man. We're going to have guests. We're going to have my man Kev. Kev knows his business. I'm going to be there, and we're going to have a slew of other guests because I've partnered up with a lot of people along the way. And that we'll be bringing on other content creators to come on. Clay Troya is my dude. He knows his fair things in these guys, and he'll be putting some videos together on certain prospects. We'll be playing those videos up, so it'll be fun. But we'll definitely be right back at it doing our draft show. And so be sure to tune in, man, because it's a lot of fun, and we get to see Kevin react to some ridiculousness. You know how this guy goes. He goes nuts. He definitely goes nuts. So, folks, before I get out of here, man, I want to read a couple more questions and concerns and comments, and then I'm gonna get my black ass out of here. But Dayton R comes in and says, "Yo, Bruce Smith at age 32, 10.5 sacks, 33, 13.5 sacks, 34, 14.5 sacks. Let's go." Yo, my man Dayton, thank you very much, man. Listen, age ain't nothing but a number, and I gotta quote the beautiful Aaliyah: "Age ain't nothing but a number." You know what I'm saying, like, it's how you feel. If you ask my brother, man, you're an old man, he would tell you, "What? Get out of here. You don't feel that way." And you tell me at 37, am I like, people look at me when they see me like, "Yo, you 30? I thought you were younger than that." I mean, shit, black don't crack. That's number one. But at the same time, it's just how you feel. It's how you feel, man. I mean, and if your body's not breaking down and you feel good about it, man, yo, who knows? Yo, Jerry Hughes, you got me saying Jerry Hughes. Jerry Rice played receiver up until he was 40. Dude, he played receiver up until he was 40. And let me tell you his statistics while he was playing. Like, and this is receiver. You guys know how that plays out. Receiver, yo, if you like, you're out of here by like 35, 36, you're out of here, man. And that's like, you're at the tail end of your career. A guy like Jerry Rice, I mean, let me just let this thing load up for me. And it's still waiting to load up. But Jerry Rice played up until 40, 42. So listen, Bruce Smith is a Hall of Famer. The guy is just a complete. These guys, he's a freaking monster. That's number one. But at 30, Buffalo had to make tough decisions and let him go, and he continued to have a big time success when he went to the freaking Redskins at the time. So it is what it is. Drake Nathan says, "Yo, Rico, what about Julio?" Julio's interesting, man, because you can go after a guy like Julio. Julio would be dope. You feel me? But the way I look at it is this: his injuries are mounting. You can't ignore his injuries. His injuries are mounting; they're not stopping. And it was a prime example when last year with the Titans. Poor decision on his end. First of all, to even sign with the Titans. Scheme was not great for him. Quarterback, you saw who your quarterback was, and they're a run-first team. So what you were thinking, I don't know. But anyways, he was hurt. I think he missed like 4 or 5 games, maybe even more. Just didn't have a good year. Now, mind you, sometimes you just have to have one of those years and just kind of recover and get back to it. Everybody on that team was freaking hurt. So I don't know what the medical staff over there was doing. However, you come over here to Buffalo, we will get you right. Question now is, does Gabe Davis take another back seat to the number 3 receiver? Put him in the slot. You know what I'm saying? But although in this offense, you need to know everywhere. You got to be in the slot. You got to be in the outside. You got to be everywhere. To me, I would bring Julio Jones on because he's just Julio Jones and he can still play. But at the same time, we can get younger. We can definitely get younger. And there's some good receivers in this draft. You know what I'm saying? But how do you say no to Julio Jones? How do you say no? It's very difficult for me to sit here and tell you, nah, I'm good on this Julio Jones business, man. I'm straight. I'm gonna call it a day, fam. Thank you so much. I just can't see it happening. I can't see it happening. So to me, Julio Jones, if Julio Jones is available, man, I'm sure we're looking into it, but I highly doubt that we're gonna go that route. That's just my opinion. So listen, folks, I think that's it for me. I don't want to miss any. I don't want to miss anything. So, by the way, if you guys aren't familiar with our app, we got the BF Network app right now. Go ahead and download that. That gives you the ability. You think that we can sign all these players? Honestly, you guys are asking me legitimate questions. So you take what you know, go on to the app, BF Network app, download it. It's free. We're not even charging y'all. It's free. Go ahead and jump on that. All right. And then you be the GM. Cut the players that you need to cut. Sign your own players that you want to. You know what I'm saying? F.A. Obata, you feel like F.A. Obata is going to get re-signed, then sign him. If you feel we're not signing anybody on that squad, move on to the free agency. Now let's see with the money you save, where can you make some moves? You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised on what you do. And when you do go and do it, and you get that, screenshot that and tag BF. Tag the Buffalo Fanatics, tag me, tag Pierre, tag Bobby. Let us know how you did. And then we'll share it. I mean, shoot, you might have the best draft possible. You're like, yo, that might be the most realistic draft. That's the most realistic way of bringing on. I mean, things have changed now with Von Miller on the squad, but shit, you know how it goes. You know how it goes, man. Chris Mallock, what up, Chris? This is yo, bro. I just tapped in. How about a big baller Beane, man? Listen, man. That's one of the tops that I don't have, and I'm actually gonna go and order me a big baller Beane because it's necessary. Big baller Beane needs to happen, man. Because right now, if you don't realize it, we are in a Buffalo state of mind right now. I'm feeling good. I have to put this back on and say, yo, you know what? Buffalo state of mind is as deep as it goes right now, and we're loving it. We're loving every bit of it, man. Yo, Anthony Rufus, what up, Anthony? Anthony comes and says, yo, what's up, Rico? Do you think that we should get a number 2 receiver with the go with Diggs, or do you feel like we already have it with Gabe Davis? I really truly feel that if you didn't feel that Gabe Davis gave you number 2 receiver vibes in the end of the season, and where you saw him emerge in the playoffs and exploded for 200 yards, 4 touchdowns, or something ridiculous. Was it 4 touchdowns? 4 touchdowns. Fam, you got to be sitting here like foolish, like, yo, no, he's not ready yet. No, he is ready. That boy is ready. You know what I'm saying? That's 2 years that he's been kind of, you know what I mean, marinating behind the veteran guys. He's learned a few things, and now he's putting it together. And the most important thing is Josh Allen trusts him, and he doesn't drop many footballs. So he's reliable, he's dependable, and he's getting busy. So to me, I'm headed to the draft. If Cole Beasley is leaving, and Alex Berrios was one of the slot guys that I like, receivers, or Byron Pringle still out there. So if we can get Byron Pringle, then I'm laughing. But if you're not looking at any veteran guys and you want to go receiver, and don't forget, we still got Marquez Stevenson too. Are we going to give Marquez Stevenson an opportunity? We'll see. But drafting would be the best bet for a receiver if we can't get, the Byron Pringles, because that's the only one that stands out to me right now is Byron Pringle. So we'll see. And Barrios is already gone. He went back. So Diggs, number 1, Davis has earned the right to be number 2. He's earned it. He's earned it. That's the best thing that I can tell you guys right now. He's earned every moment to be the number 2 receiver on the squad. And if someone tells me different, then shoot, I don't know what to tell you. Cromer could benefit forward. Thank you, Ismael Manero. Ismael. So here's where Cody Ford comes in. And I'm so glad you brought that up because I was about to drop this off and say, okay, I'm done here. But there's a reason we've kept Cody Ford. For now, we've kept Cody Ford, right? Darrell Williams is gone. We're not even dealing with Darrell Williams. That was something that we could have kept going. And now we've got a versatile alignment in right tackle, right guard, left guard. You know what I'm saying? Cody Ford. Aaron Cromer is a very experienced coach. He's had a stint at offensive coordinator, and he's been primarily as an O-line coach. Dude, if he can tap into Cody Ford, and all of a sudden it's a Cody Ford / Ryan Bates, you know what I'm saying, competition, and we get the best out of the both of them, and shit, that's even greater. You feel me? So maybe we can salvage, you know what I'm saying, Mr. Cody Ford. I don't know, because I've already deemed him a bust. Before he was a borderline bust, and then he just turned into a bust for me. But what the hell was Bobby Johnson doing with this guy? Bobby Johnson didn't develop it. You sat on Ryan Bates the whole year. You didn't do shit with him. You brought in your boy Feliciano. And not that Feliciano was horrible, but he wasn't great. You know what I'm saying? And then Cody Ford just didn't get better. Cody Ford did not get better. And you moved them all over the place. I'm sorry, fam. That doesn't work for us. It doesn't work for us at all. But Aaron Cromer has the ability to come in and change things. Is it possible? Yes. How likely is it to happen? We'll find out. We'll definitely find out. That's for damn sure. Sam Jusback says, you always love when I catch you live, man. You the man, Rico. I appreciate that, man. And just for that, you get love right back, man. I appreciate you, my G. I'm actually glad that you guys kind of stick with me because a lot of times it's not easy for people to stick around. I'm stationary. I'm in a freaking chair. You feel when I'm rocking, and you guys are still rocking with me. So it tells me that I can retain your attention for a little bit. You feel me? Before you say, yo, I'm out with this guy. And the fact that you fuck with me and you support. And that's the most important thing that I noticed. So the fact that you guys are still here supporting your boy, salute to you guys. I appreciate it. And it doesn't go unnoticed. And I really do appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's why I'm still rocking right now. I said I was going to be out of here by 2 hours. I'm still rocking. Let's go. Joel Anderson comes in and says, yo, there's going to be veteran corners that get cut in training camp. Bunch of teams will be interested, but we have the best situation for any corner to step into. Dudes are going to be wanting to come. They are. The challenge is, I mean, that's always the challenge now. So what do? Do you wait? You just wait it out until, when casualties and we bring them in? It's definitely a possibility. You know what I'm saying? But like, wouldn't you want a guy to come in right from the start, get to know your defense and the schemes and the calls and all that stuff instead of waiting late into free agency? So it's one of those tough situations. So we'll see. We'll see how that plays out, man. We'll see how that plays out, and we'll go from there. I'm trying to scroll through so I don't miss a lot of the comments coming in. McBeane for life. For life. Yo, speaking of for life, I don't know if there's any of you wrestling fans in here, but yo, RIP to my guy Razor Ramon Scott Hall. That dude was a dynamic character. Like, he played his role to a T. And when he left WWF and went to WCW, dude became, he was I don't give a damn, that bad guy. You know what I mean? And RIP to Scott Hall, man. Yo, that's a character, that's a wrestling character I will forever remember, that made me love wrestling, man. Toothpicks were never cool until Razor Ramon tossed that in your face and disrespected you, and what you gonna do about it? You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do about it? The bad guy is there to stay, yo, man. So shout out to the bad guy, you know what I'm saying, Mr. Razor Ramon. You know what I'm saying? RIP, man. That's a sad situation out there, man. My man Bobby Ray, he says, yo, I kind of like receiver now. Oh, damn it. Bobby, don't do this, man. Don't do this shit. I kind of like receiver now, or at least we need more offensive weapons, I think. Well, more offensive weapons. Why don't you just say it? Just say we need a running back. Stop playing games, man. You know we need a running back. Let's go running back. I don't know why you need to go receiver. Like, look at what we go receiver. I mean, I already kind of went into it, but I'm not mad at if we go receiver. I prefer cornerback, running back, O-line, then receiver. I just can't see receiver being chosen early. But I could be so wrong, man. I could be so wrong, but I don't know how I feel about it. How do you guys feel about it? Receiver in the first round? Are you ready to go receiver in the first round? Talk to me for real, man. Are y'all ready for that? Because I don't know if I can fuck with that. I don't know if I can. Drake Nathan says, yo, Rico, Julio or Allen Robinson? No need to draft a receiver this year. Allen Robinson is going to cost a bag. Didn't he sign somewhere already? I thought he signed somewhere. Didn't he sign with the Cleveland Browns? I thought maybe am I dreaming that? Or I thought he signed with the Cleveland Browns. It's Cooper Kupp and him. It's Cooper Kupp. You got me saying Cooper Kupp. You got Cooper, Amari Cooper, and Allen Robinson. I thought that's what's going on over there. But I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not too sure about that. But either one of those guys, I mean, I would take Julio. We just have to make it work. But we'll see. But Allen Robinson, that's going to cost a pretty penny. That's going to cost a pretty penny. What's up, my girl Paige? She says, Rico, how will you feel about us trading to get up to a guy like Sauce Gardner? Yo, anybody named Sauce, he calls himself Sauce, you got to go get him. You got to go get him. But he's going to be picked in the first 15 picks. The first 15 picks. And I don't see us moving up all the way up to the 15th or beyond 15th to get Sauce Gardner. I mean, I've seen him as early as 15th. I've seen him between 15 and 20. But falling into the late 20s, very unlikely to see somebody of that talent go. He's like a top 10, top 15 talent. So I cannot see us getting Sauce Gardner. But man, a name like Sauce Gardner, yo, you got to love that. You got to love that. That's legit. J.D. McKissic changed his mind. Changed his mind to go back to Washington, or did he change his mind to come back to Buffalo? So we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. We'll see, man. Autumn RE says, yo, Rico, do you see Sanders wanting to play another year here to play with Von Miller? I mean, at age 35, do we bring him back on? I mean, we paid him $6 million last year. He's definitely not going to get that same type of money if we do bring him back. I don't know, man. Playing with Von Miller, it's not like they played on the same freaking defensive side of the ball where he was a defensive end and you know what I'm saying, or he was a safety. They play on the opposite side of the football. However, two guys that have success in this league, it wouldn't be nice. But I mean, shit, we got what we needed out of Sanders. I mean, shit, I don't think we need any more, man. I think we done. Finito. We don't need to go any further with that. So I'm just kind of scrolling through questions. I'm staying on because I want to make sure that I'm trying to scroll and interact with you at the same time, so we can kind of keep this seamless. Eric Fuega says, "Yo, Saquon Barkley would guarantee 13 seconds. It wouldn't happen." Well, we'd have a more balanced offense, so we'd be able to run the ball and kill clock. So that does play a part. Richard Forbes, what a rich. Richard Forbes says, "Yo, but I have no issues with competition at running back. All about getting better everywhere, 1,000%." And that's what Coach and Beane talk about all the time, right? We're always going to be looking. We're always going to try to make this team look better and be better. So if something presents itself and we have to, we're always going to consider everything, is what they've always said. Always consider everything. Aaron Curtis comes in with a comment and says, "Yo, Clinton Portis would probably still be good for 200 carries a season." Yo, I love Clinton Portis, man. And if you guys remember Clinton Portis, man, he used to do all those press conferences, and he'd come in as, Professor Janky, or he'd come in at all these characters. I'm like, yo, this guy's a fool, man. But I loved it. It was actually pretty cool, man. You gotta give him a shout out for that. Let me see. I got Dilworth Tyrell Junius. What's up, Gilbert? Dilworth. He goes, "Yo, I'd like a between the tackle type back. Take a few guys to come down, so they have to watch and let out and stretch their backbones and deep and crossing routes. Too much to handle." Yeah, if you get a running back that can do it all, that's what you want. But I mean, shoot, you can want what you want, but it's not always going to be available for you. You feel me? So I mean, shit, if we can make it happen, let's make it happen. By the way, shout out to my man 915 Buffalo. Give me the microphone checker. I appreciate you. And for those that are wondering what these microphones are, anytime that you see in the comment section somebody puts a microphone, that's because they are agreeing or they're loving the show and they want to show appreciation. So you throw your mics up to let me know that you are rocking with your boy and that you guys appreciate the show and the content that's being portrayed and put on to the screen. So I appreciate y'all, man. Fabrizio comes in and says, "Yo, Rico, I called it, man. I was telling my boy we getting Vaughn. Don't be surprised if we get Stephon Gilmore too." Damn, boy, you tripping. You think we're gonna get Stephon Diggs as well? I mean, shit, if we can, let's go for it. But I don't know, man. It's gonna be hard for us to get Stephon. Like, you, come on, son. Really? I mean, shit, if he comes through, let's roll. But I don't know, man. We'll see. Truth to Heart says, "Yo, yeah, but Gabe always looked against special teams, corners, and safeties. Gabe always looks good against the special teams and corner safeties." Well, there's only one way to find out if this guy's gonna be the real deal. I mean, shoot, was he really going up against special teams corners in the playoffs against the freaking the Chiefs? Dude went off, man. He was going off on the end of the season. He was doing really well. So I don't want to take away from what Gabe was doing, man. The Gabe is legit. He's the real deal. Should we draft a punter late? Listen, with 9 picks, if we decide to keep all of our 9 picks, one of those 9 picks should be a punter, and then have that punter compete with Matt Hack. And if they beat Matt Hack out of contention and they beat him out in the competition, Matt Hack, you got to go. And guess what? We save $1 million right there. So yeah, if we need to punt, if we need to, grab a punter, you damn right you do it. You damn right. You damn Skippy. Yo, here's a name for your show. Timeout with Fred. Timeout with Fred Rico. I like that. That's cool. Aaron Curtis says, "Yo, go with the best player available at number 25, someone who can make an immediate impact." Aaron Curtis, absolutely. But some people think that the running back is not the case. You should never take a running back in the first round. That is the most ridiculous, asinine. I can't even continue to keep I just can't stand it. Don't take a running back if you knew that freaking Barry Sanders was there available at 25. You're going to skip out on Barry Sanders, Hall of Fame Barry Sanders. You're going to skip out on that? Forget about that. If you knew that, I don't know, who's one of the top backs, Christian McCaffrey was available at 25, you're going to skip on it because it's a running back in the first round? No, you're going to grab him because he's your best available player, and he's a freaking player that's going to make your team better. You can make that player fit on your team because that's what you need. That's the type of back you need. Like, let's cut it out, man. I just hate that chat. I hate it. And hate is a strong word. And I mother effing hate it. Facts. Truth to Heart says, yo, Gabe didn't prove he's a number 2. He's always been covered by the number 3 or 4 corners. True. And I think that, but I also believe that he's capable of just coming in and being that number 2, guys. I really do. I really feel like he's capable of doing that. Whoever's covering, good luck. Find a way to cover, but he's gonna get open. He's not a elite route runner, but he knows how to get open. He really does. Shout out to my man Jeff King. What up, Jeff? Jeff comes in and says, yo, no receiver class goes deep into the second round this year. Well, if they don't go deep into the second round, then you got the first 2 rounds to try to grab a receiver if you need to. But I just don't think we need a receiver. But I could be wrong. I could be so wrong, man. Maybe they do value the receiver and they need to bring a receiver right off the bat. Maybe that's what the case is. Brian Mack says, yo, why go RB and receiver? We can go O-line or linebacker. I don't necessarily think we need to go linebacker that early. And I don't know if you're talking about being with a 25 pick, but we got Tremaine Edmonds. We got Matt Milano. We just re-signed Tyrell Dotson. And we got Giles Harris. I think it's Giles Harris. And then we got Andre Smith. I mean, I think we're good right there. And Matakevich. I don't know what they're going to do with Matakevich, but we'll see. So drafting a linebacker early like that, unless you got an impact linebacker, and then we switch our scheme to a 4-3 defense where we have 3 linebackers on the squad at the same time, which I don't see it's going to happen because we just paid Teron Johnson to be that corner, that third corner nickelback. And he tackles like a motherfucker. So I don't know, man. Linebacker, I don't see it happening. O-line, I do. I definitely see O-line happening. All right, folks. I appreciate you. You guys have been lovely. Eric Kinsey said, yo, if RB is the best, get him. Facts. Done. We don't gotta talk about it. We got nothing to talk about. That's exactly how I feel about that. You feel me? Walter Scales. What up, Walter? Walter comes in and says, yo, McKissic went to the Commanders because they offered more vacation time in January and February. Yo, you cold. Walter Scales, you a cold mother sucker, man. You're a fool for that. But he's right, though. He's going to have a lot of time because right now, I thought the Commanders did really well. He's saying when it comes to, I think they made the playoffs, right? They made the playoffs, but like, fam, nah. You ain't gonna be there again next year. That's for damn sure. I mean, you can't. McKissic went over there because it's familiar, but you skipped on a team that is on the rise. I mean, I respect you. You went back and did what you got to do, but come on, fam. You made a poor decision. Poor decision. Jeff King says, I'm saying we don't need to go receiver. They go deep into the third round. Oh, excuse me. We don't need. Then I agree with you. Because I don't think we need to go first 2 rounds of receivers. We can get those later. Because, I mean, we'll find a receiver. And it's not like we're not in need for a receiver. We're definitely not in need. We just brought back McKenzie. If we didn't bring back McKenzie and we didn't have Stevenson and we getting rid of Cole Beasley, then I can say, yes, we are in desperate need. But I don't think we're there. I don't think we are. Brian Max says, yo, no, we need a third LB. They're all washed after. I don't know because, I mean, it doesn't mean we're not going to draft an RB, an LB. I don't think we're going to do it early. But who the fuck what do I know? I mean, I could be Ray Wan. These guys can come in and all of a sudden the linebacker's chosen in the first round. I was like, oh shit, I didn't see that coming. So we'll see, especially because Tremaine Edmonds is going into his 5th and final year. And do they plan to bring him back and do a restructure and sign him to a big contract? We'll see. Or do they just let him play out his 5th year and say, thanks for your time, and I drafted your replacement? It's very possible. So I'm not going to poo-poo on that either. I really am not. I just don't see it. I don't see it. That's the thing about draft and all this stuff, man. You just never know, man. You just never know. Rico, did you say Phillips is signing back tomorrow? With his own words, and don't take it. BF is dropping big news. I mean, he's already put it out there. He's got his Bills gear, all that, and I'm coming home and all that stuff, but we don't know when he's signing. So what he told us was tomorrow he's signing with the team. So look for the news for our guy, Mr. Jordan Phillips, coming back to the Bills and signing with the team tomorrow. So we'll see, and we'll go from there. So, folks, I scrolled all the way down to the comment section, and I made it. And listen, I got a lot of you guys to appreciate, man. We were at almost 1,200. Actually, we made it to 1,200 viewers peaking at that. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning in. And we're right now at 568 on a Wednesday afternoon. Ooh, we love every bit of it. So listen, folks, much appreciated. You guys have been great. It's 11:51 my time, so it's almost midnight. Rocking with you. And listen, man, I can't stress it enough, man. This team is going to be fun. Oh, somebody said, what about Jarvis Landry? Yo, I fuck with Jarvis Landry. And let me make something very clear to a whole lot of y'all. We can't bring Jarvis Landry here. He ended the career of Aaron Williams. That was 8 years ago, folks. He didn't deliberately say, you know what? I'm going to take out number 23 and end his career. These guys take this seriously. They don't go out to hurt someone on purpose. This is a violent game. It's a violent sport. It wasn't like Gronkowski. He puts all his weight on the neck of freaking Trey White. And even then, I was like, does he make this team better? Do I like Gronkowski? No, I'm not a fan of Gronkowski whatsoever. His character, his game is great, but his character, I'm not a fan of. But to sit here and say, I don't want Jarvis Landry. Jarvis Landry is a worse version of Cole Beasley. No, Jarvis Landry, first and foremost, is a veteran receiver, and he's had success in this league. When you don't have speed, you have ability to, get open. You may not be a crisp route runner, but if you understand leverage, you understand formations, you understand defenses, you understand where your holes are, you sit. And that's what he's done for a living. He's done it well in Miami. He's done it well with Cleveland. And Cleveland, doesn't want to pay him, what is he owed? $16 million? They're not going to pay him. But if he wants to come to Buffalo for a lesser version, and I essentially take Cole Beasley out and put Jarvis Landry in, I would take it. I would take it 100%. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sleeping on that whatsoever. But to sit here and say, and dwelling on something that happened 8 years ago, everybody shut up. Shut up and grow up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's over with. Do you want to be in your feelings, or do you want to win a freaking championship? Pick one. You can't have both. And I was told that. I was told for me to shut my mouth. I think, I don't know, I was in my feelings about something years ago. And Bobby was like, yo, shut your ass up. Do you want to be in your feelings, or do you want to win a damn championship? And that shut me up real quick. I was like, I want to win a championship, damn it. So get over yourselves. Get over it. It was years ago. We're done with it. The man didn't do it on purpose. It's football. It's just what it is. And to sit here, listen, I like Aaron Williams. I met Aaron Williams. I've spoken to Aaron Williams. I've had Aaron Williams on the show. If you go and look at Aaron Williams' career, what did he do? Like 5 years in the league? Maybe more than that? 6 years? He had one good year. He had one solid year. That's it. So let's cut it out. Let's cut it out. It wasn't like he was some kind of perennial type of player, or he was going there. Maybe he would have. We don't know, but he wasn't trending there. You feel me? But a good player nonetheless. But come on, fam. Let's cut that crap out. Cut that crap out. And plus, if you want a guy, if we're going to start running the football the way we did, that guy's a hell of a blocker. A hell of a blocker, and he will get down the field and put some blocks on. So stop. Stop with the nonsense. Stop with the nonsense. And that's my time. Ma'am, sir, ladies, kids, whoever's still listening, man, I did not mean to go 2.5 hours today. You guys rocked with me this whole damn time, and I much, much, much appreciate it. That's love all the way through. And listen, folks, I'm back at it again on Friday. Maybe. We'll see how it plays out. But we'll be back because I got one more segment to finish with POP. Today was a free agent. You know what I'm saying? We had to get through the free agency, but we're back at it with the last segment of POP. We're talking about DBs and special teams. We're going to be doing that, and then that ends our series for the POP. And then we're back into content, right? We got to look for new content. We're going to bring some interviews, and we're going to have some fun times, man. So we'll go from there, man. So folks, enjoy the rest of your week. You know what I'm saying? Who knows what's going to happen tomorrow? I already told you with Jordan Phillips signing, that's happening tomorrow, but we'll see. He told us that's what's happening. So we'll go by his word, right? And so breaking news, if you will. But yeah, man, we're gonna do it up. And I will see y'all, man. Jeff King, I see you, my G. Salute to you. Hope you're well and swell. I know you are. And fight the good fight. And my man, New Mexico EJE, I see you, kid. I see you, bro. So listen, man. Real talk, man. Yo, Rico gonna gas and go to sleep, man. Yeah, I'm gonna gas out pretty soon. But real talk, man, salute to each and every one of you guys have been rocking with BF for a long time. Salute that you guys have supported the app. The app is near and dear to us. We've been working on a freaking thing for years, right? We've been trying to get this thing going for years, and we finally got it made and put out for you guys. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Do me a favor, go download that app, the BF Network. It's got our articles. It's got our merch. It's the one-stop shop for everything BF. It's all there with a click of a button. That's it. That's it. Yes, Jeff King. Yes, that's my man. That truly makes me happy. That freaking makes me happy. So I'm gonna leave it at that. So, folks, that's me. That's my time, man. I'm gonna get out of here. So, yo, you guys know how I do, man. You guys know how I do, man. So enjoy the rest of the day. Enjoy the rest of your time, and we're gonna do it up. Woo, 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 woo. So that's it for me, folks. You guys have yourself a fantastic rest of the week. We'll see you back on Friday. If there's more news to break, the good thing is I'm off all week. I got my mom visiting. I got family visiting. So I'm here. I'm doing it. So if there's more breaking news to happen, your boy's going to be on the mic, ready to break shit down. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, you guys have yourself a great night. It's your boy, and I'm gone. Let's go.